Okay. Okay. Squawk. Nice. That's kind of funny. Grim is now gay bird. The cock. Okay, so the intro's rolling. Yeah, we're starting at the village of Barovia's. Do we have what? Yes, we're good. Yeah, you're good, Pete. Okay, guys. 5 seconds. And we are live. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Twitch.
Welcome to episode 6 of saveVSgames presents The Curse of Strahd. I'd like to thank everybody who's followed this channel so far, and we're really close to our goal of the 50 followers that'll allow us to do some really special stuff when we get there. So I'm not going to give too much away, but it's going to be a lot more interactive and a little more fun, hopefully. So also, if you haven't been watching live, I'd like to take a second just to tell you about some of the things that are going on in the background, such as the D&D Beyond character panels. We've taken the time to make it so that you can just click on the screen on the right and have a little panel pop out and show everybody's current HP and all their stats and stuff, so you can follow along in the battles. Some people might not know about that if you're not watching live. Also, yeah, exactly. We also have a link to our Discord server up on the Twitch, so you can all join whenever you like to communicate with the players. You can chat with them and ask them why they did what they did and all that fun stuff. Compliment the DM, tell him he's doing a great job, all that jazz, or give me suggestions about how I can mess with the players down the road. Okay, so with all that business out of the way, let's see if we can't start into this week's episode. So last time on Curse of Strahd, our PCs met the priest of the local church, Father Donovich. They heard from a bartender in town that he had lost his son, and with that loss came the loss of his faith. After the PCs startled him in mid-prayer, he hurried them out of the church and asked them to accompany him to the general store so he could buy more wood to properly repair the doors of the church, which had been broken by some kind of siege. Apparently, the townspeople did not take kindly to the church being sealed up, and they broke in a few months ago. It looks like Donovich has repaired the doors since, but not very well, as some of the newer boards have been falling off. He plans to fix it properly now, and he's paid Bildrith to get him the materials to do so. Bildrith, the owner of the mercantile store, has a nephew who also met the players, and he is helping Donovich complete this task this time. Although seemingly not very bright, Periwimple is a beast of a man, standing 7 feet tall. He barely fits through most doors. But with his help, Donovich brought all his new materials back to the church to begin fixing the entryway to the village's holy place. Donovich is not very hopeful that simply repairing the doors will help the town forgive him, but he is a holy man who had lost his way and now appears to be trying to find it again. The players also visited the village tavern, Blood on the Vine. Run by 3 Vistani sisters and owned by a broken woman, the tavern has seen better days. The 3 Vistani worked there for Mary before her daughter Gertruda went missing a few weeks ago. Since then, the woman has barely bathed and has roamed the streets of Barovia crying for her lost child. Gertruda is a young woman now, but her overprotective mother did not let her venture far from the tavern where they both lived and worked. Then they met Ismark Kolyanovich, the town's sheriff, and the son of the former burgomaster, Kolyan Indirovich. Ismark told the players about some of his responsibilities in town, and he has offered them a place to stay and gold in payment if they are able to help him. He has a laundry list of crimes to solve, as the town depends on him now. His father died 3 days ago when his heart gave out after weeks of nightly attacks on the mansion they live in. Ismark told the players that the mad devil Strahd and his obsession with Ireena Koliana went back farther than he even knew before. Ismark and Ireena are brother and sister, and he will do anything to protect her. He plans to get her out of town, to the safety of the walled town of Vallaki, or even perhaps to Kresk further west, and the home of a powerful religious figure who may be able to offer his protection to them. He is not eager to abandon his village, but he wants to make sure Ireena is safe above all of his other priorities. And now as the sun begins to set outside and the wind picks up, you can see through cracks in the boarded-up windows of the mansion that a storm is probably coming tonight. And so after lighting all the candles spread around the house, Ireena and Ismark begin to put together... Oh, that's funny. The whole time I've been showing the nightclub. That's just wonderful. Yeah. So this is our practice stage, everybody. We like to warm up our red lorry, yellow lorry, and I think we're going here again.
Off camera, we all dance.
Yeah, it's a real spectacle. Okay, so now we are in the right place.
Instead of ground lanes, it'd be the half lanes.
Oh boy. Okay, so yeah, Ireena and Ismark are both busying themselves preparing food for everybody. They have left the training grounds and are, elsewhere in the house. And you guys are free to, train all you want after Mira did her double backflip arrows and or crossbows and knives spectacle the other day.
Killed
that
it.
Was that was probably the epitome of what you can do in that room. But still, you guys have free reign on the house now, and yeah, what would you like to do?
I think Midnight would like to ask Cole why his god isn't working.
My god is working within
Midnight,
me.
that's awfully forward.
You guys are just hanging out in the training room still?
Mira's gonna go and get her crossbow bolts and her dagger.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Well, Midnight, my god lives inside of my heart, and so I know that he is alive and well and with me at all times.
But he did not appear to be working when you leaned over the corpse of the deceased burgomaster.
He isn't one to waste energy, so he figured your god could handle it.
That sounds pretty lazy.
can I kill the paladin?
You think you can kill the paladin?
Are you asking the rest of the group? Or
Oh,
me?
I'm supposed to ask permission now, so
Yeah.
That would be a no, Cole.
Cole,
That would be a no.
She's
You're on
the one who
pretty-
told you to ask permission, isn't she?
I don't think you could, even if you had permission.
I could, sort of.
All right.
I
Well-
think this would be fitting.
Access.
I don't
Why
know.
don't you guys just spar it out? No killing, but I don't know, maybe you could, we're in a training room, maybe you could do some kind of contest of strength. Settle your squabble that way.
I do not think that we should fight amongst ourselves.
You literally just asked if you could kill her.
I think he
Well,
knows he's
that
going
was
to
different.
lose.
I didn't say I wanted her to fight back. Okay, there is a difference.
So Mira's
I
looking
could kill her without her even knowing it's coming. But no, I wouldn't do that because Mira won't let me. Nobody will let me. I can't even kill a crow. So,
Why are you with us if you want to kill us?
I don't actually want to.
If you are so openly contemptuous of us and what we do, why are you here?
I'm not openly contentious.
You
I
just asked
have
to
a
fight her.
No, I asked to kill her.
You're an imbecile.
Yes, I am.
Stand outside.
Honestly, I'm just joking. So, I didn't really want to kill Midnight. I have a strange sense of humor. I'm sorry, Chris, if that offends you. I'm still
does.
adjusting to the life among you dry
Openly
breeders and-
saying you want to kill the people that have fought alongside of you is profoundly insulting. Now, I'm not from your land. I don't know what your people are like. So I can see this as just a misunderstanding. But you're dealing with people, and they take this very personally. And if you keep saying these things, it's going to be bad for all of us.
You're right. I should mind my tongue. My Lord Persona does say that the power of life and death is within the words that we speak.
Well, I think there's wisdom in that. And I apologize for being harsh with you.
No. I'm among my people. We are very outspoken. We if someone is in the wrong, we confront them immediately. So what you did, you talking to me like this, is exactly what I need.
Well, wonderful. Well, I'm starving. Do you guys want to get something to eat?
I think food sounds like an excellent idea.
Hello. I was hoping that you would be done training soon. We have dinner coming in about 5 minutes in the dining room to the north.
Lead the way.
Is this house so big that we need compass directions to navigate it?
Well, it's actually the south because this map is upside down in the
All
town
right,
orientation.
Well, I'll trust you for you to lead the way then.
Right this way if you would like to come enjoy some of our finest, what we have to offer at least.
Krim, are you coming? You seem a bit vacant. Krim?
Oh,
Krim,
right.
are you
Krim.
coming?
Squawk! Yes.
Oh, right.
I will come with you. Sorry, Krim.
Time.
I forgot. I'm Krim right now. Oh, got any worms? No, we did not prepare worms. It looks like a rainy night is coming. There should be plenty in the morning.
Ireena, have you ever met anybody like Krim? Ireena.
Oh, Ireena.
What did I call her?
Ariana?
Ariana.
Oh, I read it
Not the
phonetically.
fancy way.
Analiok? Aniri?
Ireena. Ireena.
Ireena. Anyways, what did you ask me?
Have you met Krim? He's quite an interesting. He's a bird of a different feather. I'm sure you two would get along just amazingly. Have you tried? Have you spoken with him?
Not very much.
Krim, come here. I think you and Ireena would get along well. What do you say, Krim?
I am honored to meet you.
Did you know that Krim can fly? Tell Ireena about it. I'm sure she'd love to hear it.
I am.
And don't mind me. I just want to listen to you two talk.
I am quite adept
Yes.
at taking to the skies. It is one of my favorite places to be.
And Chris,
You will have to tell me about that someday. Tell me
Quinn,
all about
when
it
you were-
another time.
when you were younger, did you come out of the egg flying, or did you fall a few times? Tell us about how you learned your failures, and then when you finally succeeded. I want to know it all.
Yeah, excellent idea, Cole. Tell us something very pertinent about your backstory that, once is revealed, could never actually be undone canonically.
Do you have any books here? I feel like reading a book. He's gonna go sit in his chair over here.
There's no worms in those books. That's just an expression. Bookworm.
Looks like we're all moving over there.
Yeah.
Dinner will be ready in a minute. I will bring it in with Ismark. And she runs back to the kitchen for a minute.
I
Oh,
thought
wow.
those two would have gotten along, but they're so awkward together. Maybe
Yeah.
they're too close in personality.
Krim's like, guys, she's a pretty good-looking girl, but I'm not into humans.
So you're saying birds of a feather flock together.
Exactly.
Why do you think we're trying to have you hook up with her? Like, where did that? Did I come off like that?
It did come off a little like you were.
Like I was setting them up? Oh,
wingman?
yeah. Oh, that's my. Oh, a wingman. All right.
It
I-
felt like you were
I-
trying to be a wingman.
All right. I accept that, sheerly for the pun. Yes. Yes, I was trying to set you up. You saw through my ruse. I thought you two would have gotten along well together.
Okay, so Ismark and Ireena
Could he
come
be
in.
interested in the other sibling?
Ismark and Ireena come in with plates of food and start putting it all around the table, and then they take a seat. And Krim comes back.
Did you find
Cole
any
is
good
going to
books,
move
Krim?
next to Mira.
What's that?
Did you find any good books, Krim?
No, but some of this smells good.
Cole is going to lean over to Mira and kind of whisper, "Is this food going to be like the food in that last house we were in?"
Okay, she'll survey the table and look at the food. What food did they bring?
Oh, it's actually quite a good smorgasbord of a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And actually, Ismark says to you, as he puts the food around the table, he's like, this is our last meal as a family here, for a while at least. So we have decided to pull out all of the stops, and we have all of our finest wines, our finest cuts of meat that are cured and dried, and we have potatoes, we have all kinds of vegetables that have been brought in from the east of town. There is very little that we have in this house that we have not prepared, so hopefully you can all find something you enjoy here. And I offer you this with my greatest thanks that you are here. aiding us in this time of need. So
Well,
please eat.
I appreciate the effort you and your sister gave to preparing this meal, and we will enjoy it. And she'll kind of point out some things that Cole would like and that Krim would eat, being vegan.
Yeah, there's like
Okay.
all kinds of weird vegetables and things some of them you haven't seen before, but there's most kinds of meats and things. They have access to some of the stuff that the town, the regulars in the town don't always get, so they're eagerly sharing them with you.
Cole is going to put some food on his plate. Excuse me. And he's going to kind of smell at it and put on a happy face like it smells delicious. But what he's really trying to do is find out if it's really food, if it's got illusion on it or anything like that. So
Learning from experience.
exactly. So what should I roll for that?
Do a medicine check.
Okay.
Or a survival check if you want.
I'll do medicine. That's higher. Nat 1.
The curse.
You are fully convinced this is regular food.
All right. So I start digging in. This is delicious.
And it is
and-
actually good food, and it's real food. So you're
And-
lucky.
Mira will go around and pour a glass of wine for everyone, and hold up her goblet once she sits back down. And
He's gonna
and
stop
says,
you for a second and be like, "No, don't use that wine there. That is the purple crush. Let us get the good stuff here. We have red dragon in the
Red
other
dragon?
barrel.
No.
In the other
The
barrel.
Purple Crush. We've come across that before, didn't we?
Yes, they serve it in town at the bar there. That's the only thing they have now.
No, we were deliver some to a queen. Our DM, was it a
Duchess.
queen?
Champagne de la Stomp.
What?
Yes, have you heard of Champagne de la Stomp?
Yes, this is very old wine. I had this when I was young, when my father first showed me how to drink. It was a very long time ago. You've not seen
He
that
showed
one.
you how to drink with champagne?
It is a wine.
I was wondering if you heard of a brand, Champagne de la Stomp.
It is a wine, yes. It is a very good wine. But
Yes, I know it's
very hard to find.
Where does it come from?
It came from Barovia.
Okay.
Now
Well,
they
I
don't
came
make
from
it anymore.
They don't make it anymore. I mean, what winery produced it?
Oh, the Wizard of the Wines. It is out in the
Wizards
west.
of Wine.
Bastards.
Out in the west end of Barovia, on the very far western edges of the territories of the mist.
Well, if you ever come, who owns it? Who's running it? I'd like to pay them a compliment.
I do not know. We have not. I have not been in business with them. Most of the time, I go through the Vistani when I'm dealing with the wine. I don't
I
think
guess that makes
anybody in
sense.
town really deals with many other people than the Vistani. They come through a few times a week and supply Bildreth, and sometimes you can cut deals to have them supply you with certain things too. It's not the best way to live, but it makes it helps everyone get by, right?
So the Vistani are like a trade caravan for you here in Barovia?
Well, we are stuck here as the curse has prevented our whole village from leaving. Outside of the mists, we are not able to pass. Those who have gone there have not returned. So,
Who is cursed?
well, this whole village, the whole town is the whole land is cursed for opposing Strahd.
Sorry to hear that, friend.
And by the way,
I
do
don't
not say his name outside in the open. He has ears watching, eyes watching, ears listening everywhere. Bonzarovich, he is the lord of these lands, and I know he is probably outside watching the house right now, or has someone there, with the way that he has been harassing us.
You hear some scraping on a plate as Cole finishes a plate and gets the last of it off his plate, and he's holding it up, shoveling those last little bits, and he sets his plate down and starts putting more food on it.
Well, it looks like things have turned around. Just a few hours ago, we were locked inside some sort of madhouse filled full of ghosts and giant living flesh babies.
Yes,
Mirror
yes.
will shudder.
Tell me more
At
about
the
the
mention of it.
Durst Manor. Why is it that so few who ever go in there come out? Like, all I
Well,
know is there is some kind of curse on the family, and those who have made it out said they met some kind of monster and ran.
You don't have to worry about that anymore. We took care of it. But Myra got a good look. The whole building collapsed once we left, and Myra got a good look at what was going on in the base. And Myra, you want to relive those painful memories for us?
No, I really don't.
Persuasion roll.
Wait, I'm sorry. I'm confused. You told me your name is Mira?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
The spelling of my name can often lead to mispronunciations. I'm fairly used to it. It doesn't even really register anymore.
Same with our last name. People get it confused all the time. How hard is it? I mean, Indirovich obviously becomes...
Becomes what?
Yeah, what?
Obviously becomes Koliana, or with for the females, and Kolyanovich for the males. It's not very difficult.
You have a strange sense of humor here in Barovia. But you have excellent wine. And
thank you.
Thank you for the food. Yes, we were really at our wits' end. We were thinking that was what the people of Barovia were for a little bit, and it's good to see a friendly face in these dark times. So, you are leaving soon, and you say this dark sorcerer pursues you? That one that you cannot speak of?
Yes, My father told me some things on his deathbed. One of which was about a deal he made with the devil a long time ago.
Was one of which your uncle?
No, I do not know my uncle.
Oh, there's just so many Vitches here.
My uncle died a long time ago, before I was a man at all. I was maybe 4 or 5.
What did your father tell you?
But my father, he has told me about the Strahd and how Strahd suspected that the villagers were planning a raid on his castle last year. The whole village was roused and riled up, and this fanatical wizard who promised to pull them all together so that he could kill Strahd, and Strahd came to my father to make a deal. He asked the burgomaster to do his job and protect the city, the people that he cares about, and my father chose to oppose this wizard, the one who was marching on Strahd's castle, telling the village that Strahd's promise of peace if they were to stand down. Some still felt they were bold enough to follow this wizard, and over 40 good men died that night on the bridge outside of Ravenloft. The wizard did put up a fight. I will tell you that. There was spells being cast across the chasm. But in the end, his body was thrown thousands of feet down towards Lake Zarovich. He did not dispel the lightning of the Dread Lord in time. So now, every night, you can actually see these apparitions of the town people marching toward the mountain. I think it's a reminder from Strahd not to follow their path. On a clear night, you can see them even from our yard. But he looks out the window, he's like, tonight might not be a clear enough night for too long. Looks like we are going to have some rain. But yes, my father told me many things about his dealings with Strahd, and how it was in one of these conversations when he first laid eyes on my sister, Ireena. And ever since then he has been somewhat obsessed. I need to get her to safety, out of this town, out of his grasp. That is where you come in.
Well, all right. Have you talked it over with the rest of the compatriots here?
I believe that the plan is to get them out of the village as soon as possible and start heading toward Vallaki, which is coincidental considering that we were also heading to Vallaki.
Yes, it is the town to the east of here, or to the west of here, sorry. And it is the first stop, really, except for the Vistani camp, where Madame Eva sits. I have been on this road a few times now already, and it is not... Well, it is one of the safest roads in Barovia, but still, it would be nice to have the company. Especially with this Strahd watching. Sorry, go ahead.
All right, you need to stop mentioning his name. You told us that we can't say his name, and now you're just as like 3 times now.
In this
Outside.
house, you are safe for now.
This house. All right, you'll have to share the secret why it's safe to mention it in this house and not outside.
Well, because he is already here. We've seen him. We don't see him, but we see the signs of him. So we know he is watching us.
Right. I'm confused, but this is a different place. So, all right. Ireena, what do you make of all this? You seem to be at the center of this, but you haven't spoken at all. Are you all right with going to somewhere else? Do you think this is in your best interest?
Ireena is trying to look happy enough, but she's always kind of has this look of either determined or trying not to cry.
All
and
right.
so she
Use
switches
your words,
back
Ireena.
from her trying not to cry to more of a determined face. And
Ireena, you have such an alluring voice. We would love to hear some conversation from you.
Well, I have never seen or met this devil. My father had meetings with him, and apparently he saw me when... In passing, I don't know. But my father has told me never to talk with him, and if I ever feel, drawn away from the house or compelled, then it must be his dark magic at work. I should shut the doors and windows and hide myself away. But Ismark has been showing me that maybe I can maybe defend myself, maybe fight back. I think this is what I would like to do.
Is there a reason why? I guess I would just like to know why Strahd is known as such a tyrant. What has he done?
Oh, well, the list of the tortures he has put us through is endless. And, I'm looking for, apparently
I thought you were in character.
Apparently we have Krim, somewhere. Is Krim waiting to get into the thing, or what?
I have no idea. I just know he's in the roll 20.
He's in the roll 20, but he hasn't asked to get into the Zoom yet, I guess. Looking for the pop-up that says Krim's waiting. I don't see it.
I have a follow-up question to Mira's question as well.
Sorry. You were asking about something there, Strahd, or what has he done?
Mira?
Yes. Why is he known as such a tyrant? I guess, I can think of worse things than being betrothed to the most powerful man in the land.
Well, all I know for sure is what I have been told. But I believe he is watching me all the time. I feel a presence at my window while I sleep, and for weeks now. For one night I threw open the blinds and pulled down the boards in front of the window and made quite a bit of noise doing so. I was in a panic. I woke up both my father and Ismark, and they came running into my room, burst through the door. When they got there, I had just finished pulling the last boards down and threw the window open, and we all saw a huge bat flapping its wings and staring right at me. I don't know. I cannot tell you what he has done to others, because they could be stories, but I am very unnerved by the whole situation. The wolves started coming shortly after that and howling all night, scratching at the walls and doors. Through the gaps in the boards we could see creatures of unnatural origins too, and the dead would walk up and pound their fists on our home. That is when Ismark started to teach me to shoot. But as far as the stories of the land, I don't believe all of them. They can't all be true, but I mean, he has been... Apparently he is a vampire, and he has been feeding on the people of Barovia for years. I don't know if this is the reason why people are disappearing. Ismark does not think so. I don't know, but I feel like I should learn how to defend myself.
I think, she's kind of tallying on her hands, like, okay, stalking, harassment. Okay, enough said. I think you learning to protect yourself is an excellent idea.
Thank you.
And I understand the picture better now. As for the people disappearing, there was something interesting about the story that you told me about, or that you just told us about the wizard and falling into the lake. Because we've heard some stories around town that when people disappear, they're disappearing by the lake.
Oh, yes, this is a much different lake.
Oh, okay.
To the east of town, there is a small pond that in my father's youth, he said it was once used for fishing, but for the last few years, it has, I don't know, since I was a child, it has always been somewhat of a graveyard.
We need to let Krim in.
Admit the Krim. Alright, now I don't have to brutally be Krim anymore.
Okay, we gotta mess with him.
What?
He and Ireena got a thing going.
What?
Pete's just trying
But
to
I'm a
mess with you.
celibate bird.
Pete's just trying to mess with you. I already told them I'm not into human women.
Thanks.
But I'm a celibate bird.
What is the brother's name again?
Ismark?
Ismark.
Cole is going to turn to Ismark and he's going to ask him if Count Strahd is so terrible, so horrible to the people, why do the people not rise up against him? Surely a whole land of people could defeat one vampire.
Well, they did. That is why, and my father might have saved the whole town when he stopped them from all going. There were hundreds of people ready to charge the castle. It took Strahd maybe a minute to kill the 40 or so men that went that way that night. My father earned some good favor with the Dreadlord after doing that. I don't think he wanted to kill the whole village. It is my suspicion that he was trying to keep them alive in order to prolong his food source.
So,
But-
Krim, I'm surprised you ate the pig.
What pig?
We're sitting here at dinner. I just saw you take a bite of some
He
ham
did not eat
hocks.
pig.
Man,
You ate the vegetables.
Yeah, I ate the vegetables.
I
The
did not
garnish,
make, I did not make
pig.
you eat pig while you were gone.
I also wanted to ask, have you seen any of my kind? Any other Tritons in this area?
Personally, no, I've never seen another blue man. But I have seen all kinds of travelers every 6 months, 6 moons to a year. There is another group of travelers like yourselves who comes through here. Some of them are weak. Some of them do not make it very far, but others travel through the lands, and I suspect meet their fate elsewhere besides Barovia, but they come through here, and some of them can hold their own in a fight. So I was hoping that you were one of the more skilled groups that have wandered this way. I have a list of things that I would like to get done tomorrow before we leave after the funeral. I will write down my thoughts tonight, and we will split up watch if it is okay with you. Everyone can take some time to sleep and some time to ensure we are not disturbed this evening. I don't believe anything will happen, but we have been vigilant for the past month, and there is no reason to stop now, so.
Yes, I would be happy to assist on watch.
I can do sentry duty all night if need be.
Well, it is okay that we get some rest as well. You can definitely rest. You will need your rest, I believe, before this is over.
How safe is this house? You said that there was some sort of protection here.
Well, we have the boarded up windows, and the walls are fairly thick, sturdy stone. Nothing's getting in here. Nothing has gotten in here over the past month, but we still keep a watch so that, we drive away anything that makes progress throughout the night. Wolves
Alright.
scratching at doors we can scare with fire. This kind of thing. Sometimes I've been teaching Ireena to shoot so that she can. It is very. It's fun to. I have to be honest. To make the wolves run from the arrows. It's one of the joys I get nowadays.
Well, I suppose it's good to find the silver lining in all this. So tomorrow morning, when the sun comes up, we'll depart.
We will
After
bury
the
my
funeral.
father. And then I do have a list of things that I would like to get done before we leave town. We will spend one more night here, and then take off the next morning. If
Do you need
that
any
works
help?
for everyone.
Do you need any help with this list?
Well, I have been preparing.
Yes or no?
I would like to have my time to write down my thoughts, but in the morning I will give you a summary of everything that I would like to get finished.
Well, I suppose no loose ends is a way to keep things from following us.
Yes, this is an option of whether we do these things or not, but I believe that this town needs me if it is going to survive. And if I just abandon
how is
it,
you leaving helping then?
well, I must get Ireena to safety. I cannot leave her here. She is vulnerable.
So we take Ireena and you stay?
I will not leave my sister until I know she is safe. This I will not do. I have lost too much.
Well, do you want to stay here and do errands, or do you want to get going?
We shall leave the day after tomorrow. In the morning, first light.
All right.
I
Well,
will,
you talk
I will
to
put
the-
together my thoughts so that you will have a better understanding.
Excellent.
And
And you talk to the right group of random strangers for this matter of life and death, I assure you.
one can only hope that luck can go both ways, right?
Well, we have been known to be fairly lucky.
Yes, after all, that was just yesterday. We were fighting off jelly monsters. Now we're here. Seems luck can turn.
Okay, so let us all head to bed and decide who is on watch and who is going to rest for now.
I'll do first watch.
There are beds at the front beside the kitchen if you would like to sleep on the main floor. Other than that, you can go up to a bedroom on the second floor. Pick your bedroom. Even if you would like to sleep in the same room for safety, this makes sense too. But there are comfortable beds. I suggest you take advantage of them while you can. The
Paul
road
puts
is
a big
not-
piece of pie on his plate.
I think Cole will want the one next to the kitchen.
I think that's probably a fair assumption.
That's awesome.
I think I would prefer a second floor, as the windows could be a good vantage point to shoot out of.
Okay.
Yeah,
Arise.
I'd go to the second floor as well.
I'll stay ground floor.
Okay, so we got Krim
So I can do
Paul's-
superhero landing.
heading
Cole,
upstairs. Is
cheeks
Mike's
puffed
gonna-
out with food, will say, I'll stay downstairs too.
And so Midnight and Cole are downstairs?
Yeah.
Chris, you're gonna go up?
Yeah, I'll just take what's up. If there's one with a fireplace in it, I'd want that. It's been pretty cold out on the road, and I think the comfort of a fire would do him well.
Perfect.
Ooh, me and Midnight are sharing a room.
Does the
Ooh.
concept of sharing even register with Midnight, or is it more pragmatic?
I mean, the two bonk boys go on the floor where they can do the most bonk. Makes sense.
No, I mean like the concept of sharing, like ownership and possession. Like, does that register with her, or is
Yeah.
it just okay?
She's not a robot.
Well, I don't know how much personal growth she has. Like maybe she just sees the world as a solution, as a thing of problems and solutions, and if there's a solution, then it should be done. And the whole concept of like, oh well, it could hurt somebody's feelings along the way might be a little like frustrating.
She is very insensitive to feelings. Hence why does your god not work?
So she wasn't being sarcastic when she said that.
She was being serious.
Okay, so she was.
Why is your god broken?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, why is that tire flat? Kind of thing. There's a level of innocence to it.
Somewhat, yeah. A brutally honest innocence, kind of.
So you're saying you asking me why my God isn't working was not to take a dig at Cole. It was to ask an honest question.
He's like, why is your god broken and mine's not? It's kind of like that.
Oh, well, Cole totally took that wrong.
Religion had this hesitancy to do that in Mira's
Wanna
view.
fight about it?
As we're departing the kitchen, I'm gonna pull one of the hosts aside and ask, "Do you have any cans of bacon grease?"
One of the hosts?
Yeah, either the
Oh, okay, yeah.
Ismark or Ireena?
yeah.
Yeah, Ismark will, yes, I believe we have grease. There is a tub of it.
Goose grease will work as well.
It's all mixed. It's a tub by the...
You mix your greases.
Yes, it's... The
That's
cooking grease is
disgusting.
right there by the
Forsaken
fireplace.
land.
Downstairs.
All right. Well, our metal friend over there, she needs maintenance from time to time, and from what I've gathered, that is an important component of it. So is it all right if I take a 10?
Yes, it is probably going to go in the trash. Actually, this whole house is going to be abandoned.
You just throw your grease away. But there's so many uses for it. I mean, it's not like we could just go to the grocery store and buy more food.
Yes, but we have been blessed with many riches, and taking care of this grease is not on my priority list.
Well-
Don't you think that the people of Barovia could make use of some of these foodstuffs that you don't need?
Perhaps I am not the most efficient right now at my resource management, and if you wish, when this whole situation is over, I can take your advice on how to improve things.
Imagine like Cole pulls his head out of whatever their equivalent to the refrigerator is and just provides commentary as we're in the kitchen. like we didn't know he's there. Just pokes his head around the corner. Oh well, what am I saying? I'm looking a gift horse in the mouth. Thank you. I will take this and it can serve us. It's appreciated.
Okay, so who's on first watch?
Me.
I need you to give me 3 perception checks.
Okay, if anything rolls lower than the 12, just let you know the passive is a 12.
And Ismark will do the same.
Well, dang.
All right, sorry.
Okay, so actually,
34.
2 of my things are just passive. Just go passive.
yeah, passive there.
Passive for the
Passive's
2 that went under passive.
good. Ismark hears some shouting outside, and he runs out the front door, and you don't really know what's going on, but you hear something.
If I hear something, I'd still say she'd go check it out.
Okay, so
Could be bad.
Cole looks up from a drumstick and says, "Should I come too?"
I don't know what I heard, but you're welcome to come if you'd like to.
Okay. Then I'll drop the drumstick, kind of wipe my hands on my shirt, and pick up my shield, and I'll follow.
Okay. So, I forgot. Krim is upstairs now. Oh, this is the wrong. No, this is the right one. Oh, weird. I'm getting things disappearing on me here.
Everything
Chris
just
must be
went dark for me.
upstairs.
Everything
Chris
just went
is
dark for me. Did he switch to the
upstairs.
I think he went to the upstairs map.
Oh, okay.
Supposed to be on the main floor map, but
It's the curse.
The curse.
okay. I'm just gonna do this, and some of you might not be able to see, but that's fine. As long
can
as the
totally
people
just
who
watch
are
from the
awake
stream.
right now can see, then that's fine. Just for a second here. I believe by doing this, everybody will be on the main floor map.
I'll do a quick refresh just in case.
Yes, okay.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, because refresh usually fixes everything.
Okay, so Ireena is upstairs, and Ismark is outside now. And he's running down the street when you guys run out of the house. He's basically 100 feet down the street kind of thing, or 50 feet down the street. And he's running towards a scuffle, and now that you guys have both walked and caught up, or ran out of the house and caught up to his trail, you see a commotion down the way, and there's a man shouting, and kids are surrounding him and yelling. And you see these kids circled around this man as he falls to the ground. And Ismark is running up to the group of them, and one of the kids pulls a knife out. It's as big as his arm, and he out of a sheath at his side, and you see this metal shine in the light of a fire as he stabs this older gentleman or taller gentleman, and other kids wielding like pipes and wooden spears and stuff are now joining in, and this man has met an unfortunate fate as Ismark runs out and starts pulling them off, and they start scattering like cockroaches away from the body, and one of them has some words shouting with Ismark. If you want to roll a perception check to hear it, you can.
I can sure try. Ooh.
Yeah, so you hear
real dice tonight.
Midnight. You hear one of the kids, actually the one with the big knife. He says something like, "You'll never be like your father. You are the lesser. Ismark the lesser." And then a couple of the other kids all, "Ismark the lesser," ha 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 ha, and they run off into the night after, pillaging this body, as Ismark is trying to pull them all away from him. And he starts, as you guys come up approaching him, he starts dragging this man's body back towards the house.
Is it common for kids to indiscriminately murder?
This the town has gotten much worse lately. Help me with this man's legs.
Your eyebrows are very
lift.
strange.
He's gonna ask you to help lift this.
Yeah,
poor
she'll help
soul.
lift the man. Take as much weight on him as possible to help his load.
And I'll have my weapon and shield up to defend, and I'll follow behind, watching their backsides.
And as you're doing that, you can see eyes watching you from behind, little outcroppings and little, places where they can hide in alleyways and stuff. There's little pairs of eyes on you all the time. And he says,
Can I see? Can I pull out a ball bearing and cast light on it and toss it into the area where they're at, just to frighten them off?
Yeah, and you see that it works. They start scattering backwards, but there's other ones too now. They seem to be everywhere that you can. Now that you're looking for them, you're seeing eyes watching you everywhere.
We should get indoors quickly.
It's hard to actually see them now where you've put the light, because they scattered away from the light. Now you can't see anything in that direction. But yeah, you feel definitely watched still. So as you guys pull this body back towards the house, and Ismark finds a spot where, like under the tree here in the front of the house, where you can, put the body down. He's like, "We will bury him in the morning with my father. I do not know his name, but at least it is some sort of ceremony. This is why I can't just leave. These kids have a grim future if they have to resort to violence just to survive. If they had warm meals, a place to put their strength and work, a reason to work towards something, I believe maybe things don't have to be this bad anymore. But I cannot fault these children. They are not taught anything different right now. So many of them have lost their parents. I hope we can change this. Anyways, let us rest. I must collect my thoughts." And so he goes back into the house and goes back to sleep. And a new watch can take over.
That was first watch.
I'll watch.
Actually, the new watch,
Should
whoever
be
they are.
the upstairs people.
Yeah,
Probably.
pick 2 people, and I will let you know what's happening while you were sleeping first. Because
I'll go on second
as
watch.
this stabbing event happens, you guys are outside there. Like when you're outside, you notice that the clouds are really low. From what you can see, the fog is really like on the town now, and as you're pulling in the body and coming back into the house, the rain starts to patter down on the roof and lights the lightning like lights up the sky and breaks the darkness for flashes, and it shakes. Thunder's shaking the boards of the house as you enter, and so you can tell this is going to be a doozy of a storm. And those of you who are still sleeping, who's on next watch again?
I can
Chris
do
is-
second watch.
Chris is going to sleep all through the night. He had
So
no
we're gonna
intention of
go-
taking watch.
Mira and Krim.
Mira will go and wake him up for third watch. That's what she's gonna do.
Mira,
Okay.
you before you wake up, before you hear Cole's voice in your head, try and get you to wake up or whatever. You see an old woman in your dream sitting at a table, and she's drawing cards for you. And all of your group that you're with are with you. And one of them calls her Madame Ava, and you kind of putting all this together. And you look into her eyes, and you're like, Madame Ava? And she smiles at you. She's an old lady, older than anybody you've ever met, still alive. She just looks to be maybe even, her connection to the divine, to the seers of the planes or whatever she does is somehow maybe extending her life in some way. She's really unnaturally old, you can tell. And she draws a card and hands it to you. And you see a vampire's skull floating inside of an ornate jar, decorated with jewels. Somehow, with one look at this picture, you know that this card is called the Artifact. And then she flips another card, and it's a creature of monstrous origins and untold evils coming from it, and you can tell, you already know this card is called the Beast. And you look at Madame Ava again or this woman that you think is Madame Ava. Like, why do I know this, or what's going on? And she's still smiling at you. Then suddenly she winks. And then you hear Cole's voice. Your turn on watch.
Does she just her mouth move as if Cole to match the syllables of Cole's words?
Exactly.
Like Cole's voice comes out of her mouth.
That's
Right,
perfect.
Mira kind of jolts awake, and I'm assuming she remembers everything that she just dreamt.
Yeah, it's
Sorry,
like hard
lads,
to shake.
it's your watch.
I'm up. I'm awake. All right. She'll get out of bed and just kind of artifact the beast. Okay. Just filing that for later. And
Cole's got a turkey leg in his hand too.
more food.
Krim, as you're coming to consciousness and you're still in that like daisy state of like, don't I get to sleep more? You're hearing these whispers in your head as you come to consciousness, and in the Discord is what you're hearing in your head, repeating over and over again all of these things. It never seems to stop. For like minutes, you're hearing this go on.
As I woke up, you see Grim just smacking the side of his head, trying to get the voice out of it.
You okay, Krim?
And then the whispers stop.
Yeah.
Are,
Although my
are,
punch hurt.
Are you
Yeah,
sure?
does he take unarmed damage because he's a monk?
Yeah, 1d4. Don't add your proficiency bonus, just your just your dex modifier.
Cole will look at his turkey leg, and then he'll look down at Krim. Look at his turkey leg, look at Krim. Kind of lick his lips a little bit, thinking. And then he'll wander out of the room and downstairs and go to bed, hugging his turkey leg.
Mira will whisper to Krem, maybe you shouldn't be alone with Cole for a while.
Don't worry. I think I can take fish sticks.
Everyone's saying they can beat up Cole tonight.
I mean, Krem,
think I
I
could take
believe
fish
that you
sticks.
could take any of us if you tried.
That is awesome. I think I could take fish sticks. Okay.
That's my new nickname.
Oh boy. Oh. That's why I haven't been able to adjust that. That's weird. Okay. So then I need some perception checks from the Watchers.
The Watchers.
Do you want to just do 3 in a row, or how many? Do you need 1?
3 in a row, yeah.
I don't think we need to do more.
Krim got all of them.
Krim
He knows
sees
all.
everything. After hearing what he heard in his head there, he's definitely alert. And right away his perception is cued in. And he does not see anything pass throughout his shift. Chris, while you're sleeping, you have a deep, deep sleep, and it's a wonderful sleep. The rain and the weather are giving you this comfortable, melancholy feeling, and your dreams come quickly and deeply, and you're
Do I have
standing
an
on a hill.
umbrella?
No, but you're standing on a hill, and it's raining actually, and you're looking
okay.
down on a village of some kind. You've never seen the village before, you don't think? Next to you stands this man with dark hair and a cape. He looks regal. His cape whips in the wind, and he stands stoically with a sword at his side. He has an authority about him. He's staring down at the village below as the waters rise unnaturally fast and begin to swallow up homes. In seconds, the houses are completely flooded, and the houses beside the river are completely flooded, and the water just keeps rising inland as this torrent of water moves through and starts taking buildings with it. It's relentlessly covering this whole town, sweeping bodies with it like rocks under a broom. Houses are washed away in a second, in an instant, and lightning crashes down on the whole thing, illuminating it brilliantly. And you see this man smile to himself, just a little smirk, and then turn away from the village as the last houses sink into the darkness of the river. He hops onto a horse with fire in its eyes and rides off into the blackness.
Must be part of the Tennessee Water District. No. So do I feel anything from seeing this? Like, do I know this person? Have I seen him before?
You feel a nostalgic feeling, like something about this is familiar, but you don't know enough to connect the dots of what's happening yet. You have never seen this man before, as far as you can tell.
Did he seem satisfied or gratified from what was happening?
He was, at first, no. At first he was angry. And then as the village disappeared, you could see the relaxation and the, contentness come over
Was
his
there
face.
anybody in the village? Were there people in the
Yeah, women and
homes?
children were running for their lives as the water swelled up. It took only a minute, and the whole village was gone.
And what happened to the people?
They were swept down the stream, probably drowned. It's hard to tell from where you were on the hill, but it doesn't look very survivable, what you saw.
All right, Chris watches this, and he doesn't react at first. And as that other person reacts and kind of hits an emotional crescendo, Chris does as well. But he reacts with nothing at first. It's a flat line, and then he gets angry. And he is angry because he doesn't care about those people. And something tells him that they deserved it. And having those kind of thoughts makes him angry at himself.
And before you can awake, midnight, you are now on sentry mode, right?
Yep.
So as your sentry mode is normally you sort of just shut down, but you can still see, you can still experience the world. You just don't think as much actively. You're not generally putting together thoughts as you are in sentry mode. You're just on minimal effort mode sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But suddenly you're surrounded by mist. It creeps up from the floorboards. It takes your whole vision away. You can't hear anything around you either. Everything becomes very silent. And you're standing in the middle of a field, surrounded by hundreds of bodies, warforged, humanoids of all kinds. Some you don't even recognize their races or species. Your sword is dripping with oil and blood, and you're near the top of this hill, almost to the horizon as you're marching forward. Ahead of you, there's a group of warforged, beginning to cast some spell of some kind towards your direction. They all turn and are now gathering their energies, and you dodge and take some of the hits, but keep on running, coming at them faster and faster. Without mercy, before they can even decide that their fired spells are not doing what they had hoped, you cut them down with such fury and skill that as you're watching it feels like somebody else. All of a sudden you feel this disembodied feeling from your body, and then in that moment you're surrounded again by mist, and then the room reappears in front of you.
Midnight will kind of be a little bit confused because she recognizes some of it from her memories and then discovers that was the full memory that she's been missing. And is kind of confused of why she would attack people of her own kind, why they were attacking her. But we'll decide it's pointless to mull over since she doesn't have all the memories yet and go back to sentry mode and try to rest.
Okay. And I guess as Cole is the last one to be asleep and have not... you're asleep now, aren't you, Cole?
You're still eating.
Oh, you're muted. He woke up, Mira.
I'm not sleeping well. I'm sweating real bad. I'm trembling a little bit, and my fist keeps tightening and loosening on my drumstick. That I'm
the turkey sweats.
You've got turkey sweats.
So I'm clearly not sleeping well.
Well, unfortunately for you, maybe fortunately, I don't know. As you do drift off with this turkey sweat on your forehead, you find yourself standing in the middle of the ocean. Now, they say it's not good to swim 30 minutes after you eat, so you have a feeling of, maybe this isn't a great idea, but it's okay because your feet are just floating on the surface of the water. Underneath them, you can feel the small waves pass, almost like jelly under your feet. The day is calm and the sun is low in the sky, but it's very bright, bathing the water in purples and blues, which are just beginning to show hints of orange. There's no land for miles. You can see the waters are running deep here. This is the kind of ocean that you dream of. But normally you're swimming in it. Out toward the sun, there's a silhouette of a trident, piercing the surface of what must be a small island, but it's too far away to tell. As you get closer to this trident, you can see that it's enormous, but you're still far away. It's taller than you are, for sure. It's in the distance. It's not an island anymore. As you get closer and closer, you can see that those are rapid waters surrounding this trident. In the middle of this gigantic cyclone, that as you're coming up to it now, you notice is like around 150 feet wide, stands this 50-foot tall trident stabbed into the water. Gems and jewels run along the sides of its ornate handle. It's a weapon fine enough for any king. Behind it looms a giant conch shell, majestic and easily 30 feet tall. The shell's exterior is covered with a coral-like armor. Barnacles and underwater plants grow from it. You feel the warmth and the connection to this symbol of persona. As you step down into this circle, the cyclone stops immediately, and mist starts to creep out from the conch shell. With the sun behind it, the trident now is covered in shadows, and you see the form of a massive triton appear before you. He pulls the giant trident from the water with ease and holds it out for you to take. This massive creature, as he holds out the trident, he begins to shrink in front of you and come down to your size, and so does the weapon with him. The shadowy mist form stands in front of you, now as an equal, and waits standing there 10 feet away with the trident held out. With the three-pointed tip facing out to its side, away from the range of an easy strike, it appears he wants you to take this great weapon.
I take it and I drop to my knees and lower my head.
Before you can touch the handle, just as you come to grasp it, the water beneath the Triton's form sucks him in and he plunges straight down. And then you find that the whole section of water starts to give way, and it's not solid anymore. You're falling as well.
In water or through the air?
You're falling down into the water. But something is wrong as you plummet down, pushing down into the depths of this ocean that has always comforted you, away from this form with the trident. As he plummets down farther as well, you realize you can't breathe. Your lungs are burning for air. Normally, this is where you have lived your entire life. How is it that you cannot breathe underwater? This panic is starting to set in on you, and things are starting to go black, but you have a moment to think still. Is this the end? Then suddenly a light shines through and shows you a way to the surface. A hand reaches out towards you, and you see the form of a man, but with angel's wings, glowing brightly. You hear a voice in your head. The Morning Lord will be your light in this dark place. Come find me, his servant, in Kresk, and I shall teach you all I have learned of his power and glory. As you grab his hand, or try to, he holds his hand out for you, and the last choice is yours to make. Do you touch it? Do you grab him? Do you reach for his aid?
Caress his fingertips and moan.
This is a big decision here. Oh, man.
You feel like you're
Cold.
everything is starting to turn black. You have one choice to make. Do you accept this light from this god that you've never prayed to?
Yes. I reach out and I touch the hand.
As you grab his hand, light fills the entire water, the entire area around you. All of the water seemingly boiling away in an instant. You feel the breeze of the air on your skin, and you draw in a huge breath as you wake up covered in sweat and breathing heavily.
Oh,
And you actually
what
smell
did I
bacon.
do?
It's probably covered in bacon.
No, downstairs in the kitchen, unbeknownst to Cole, who just smells bacon, Ismark is already cooking up another breakfast. He is ready to go for his little journal to everybody. Why don't we just bring everybody back to the table again?
We lost Mira.
She's right there on my screen. The only person I don't see is Cole.
I mean, in Zoom.
Yeah.
Oh. Did her internet quit? Oh, she's typing. She lost connection working on getting it back. Oh, and two people's cameras are messed up, it seems.
Yeah, it's because when she got booted, it threw our cameras off. Soon as she gets back on, the cameras will be fixed.
Man, talk about dissociative. I tried to click on the Zoom video to pause it like it was a YouTube video.
Like you're watching a good YouTube video,
Yeah.
but nah.
Yeah, it's like...
You're
oh,
in
this
the
is-
video.
Yeah, why isn't this pausing?
We are the video.
Oh my god! Did anybody wake Chris up? Because he's just gonna saw logs. I think Mira was the one who's gonna go kick him in the bowels to get
Kick him
him
in
up.
the shins.
Yep. All right. Well, I guess good for Chris. He gets to have a full night's sleep. Can she hear us? Does she know that I'm taunting her? It's not fun if she doesn't know I'm taunting her.
It's not funny if you don't know I'm picking on you.
Exactly.
Cole is sitting up on the side of his bed, and he's breathing hard, almost hyperventilating, and he's wondering if he made a mistake or not.
So in my mind, when Cole woke up, there was little bits of kelp, and the bed sheets were soggy with salt water. And there was like a broken bit of clam as well.
Can't hear you, Greg.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, no, there's crushed seashells all around you when you wake up. Crushed crustaceans.
I was really hoping I was going to pull that trident out of the dream.
That's not how dreams work, silly.
Hey, I got
That's not how
seashells.
dreams work.
Now they fell out your pocket.
Okay, so yeah, Ismark has actually handed you guys all, whoever's at the table there, and whoever comes to the table and pulls out their journal. Whenever you're ready, Cole, you can join them. There is a Ismark's plan.
Make Barovia safe again.
I did type great, but then I took it out.
We're gonna build a wall around Wallachia, and the wolves are gonna pay for it.
No, but that's
Did
part
we
of
also
it.
already find a wall when we came here?
One of the things he wants to do is build a wall. So, I did that first. I did all the things that he wanted to do, and then I was like, "What do I call this? I don't know. Make Barovia." I was like, "No way."
Are you going to read this to us, or do we need to read it?
So you guys can read that and put it together You could. I could read it to you if you want. It's up to you guys. Ismark hands you out this paper, and you can all look at it, together or whatever. This is one of your first group single pieces of paper, so I don't want to set the tone of how you guys want to do it.
So, bunch of people missing. Gotta bury his father at the church. Gotta find a lady named Gertruda. And get a new burgomaster, which is convince Bildreth.
I will summarize them for you if you like. Basically, over the past 3-4 months since the church has closed, even before then, but really things have picked up more since the church has closed, and I think it's something to do with the loss of faith in the town. I don't know, but I have made a list of all the locations of people going missing in the last while, and the information I have about them. The second item on my list is to bury my father. This is the first thing we will do this morning, and Ireena and I can finally put an end to this limbo of torture we have been dealing with the last few days. Let my father's body rest. I appreciate you, Midnight, for putting together that spell for him. He is now protected from a turn that I wish.
Of course.
I have dreamed many nights that this was something I would have to deal with, and now I slept fairly well last night compared to most nights this week with you all here, and I appreciate you all already, so thank you, and we would love to have you at our father's funeral. The other real thing is that I cannot leave the town in this shape. I would like to come back as soon as I know that Ireena is safe. Start making changes, but before I go, I believe I can start this process. We can all gather the things from this house that are worth of value that my father has left us, and we will take them to Bildreth and sell them. He will buy us livestock and weapons to defend ourselves. We will eventually... Well, you can read the note, but I would like to clear out the town, the old farming village areas that we have east of town, because we have not lived there for over a year now, and we have been stealing from our old crops when we go in and try to take from our abandoned crops in the middle of the afternoon while we feel it is the safest and there are less eyes upon us. It is not how we should be living. We rightfully grew those crops, and we should be able to, well, eat the fruits of our labor. So, I have a plan to fix all of this, and hopefully, if we leave with things on the right note, then we can get it figured out. Things will be better. Yes, Ireena? I know you can do it, brother. I know you can do it. Now, I'm going to prepare Father's body, and I would like to be alone for a few minutes, if that is okay. But I will be ready to leave in the next few minutes if anybody else is getting as anxious as I am. Come find me in 10 minutes. And she goes off to be with her father again alone for the last time, maybe.
Question real quick. Is this suit over here a statue or another suit of armor?
That is an old suit of armor that my father used to wear when he was a young man.
Does it look like the one we saw in the Durst basement?
Not really, no.
Okay.
has very little in common with that. It looks very ornate and light and like angelic almost in many ways.
Gotta check all the suits of armor now.
Silver and shiny, and not silver because silver's weak, but you know.
So when you leave, you
Polished.
are leaving this behind, this heirloom from your father?
We are leaving this whole house for a while. Hopefully it still stands when we come back. Or when
It
I come
seems
back.
a shame that a suit of armor would go so unused. Why do you not wear it?
It is not my... I could not do this. I prefer to be able to move more in my... when I'm defending myself. I was never trained as a knight. I was never afforded these advantages. My father grew up in a different time. I respect him, and I respect
Your
what
your
he's done,
father,
but
he seems like he cared very much for the lands, for the people of Barovia.
he
I'm
was a
wondering,
good leader.
would he want it left sitting on a pedestal like that when someone could champion the people and perhaps save lives wearing this armor?
I suspect it would cost a fair bit of money to refurbish this set of armor, but right now it's very it has not moved in probably 30, 50 years.
Yes, but
So-
you've got plenty of bacon grease.
Yes, well, it is something that I have not thought about. I would prefer to keep my father's legacy intact as much as possible.
I understand.
This was once a great town, and he was once a great leader, but maybe that is why they call me the Lesser. I have not been able to hold his legacy.
But
town's-
when you leave this house, when no one is here to guard it, do you worry that the townspeople may come in and take things?
Well, yes, I worry about this. This is why I will be boarding the house up before we leave, but in the end, if the people need this to survive, then I would rather them have it than perish. So,
I understand.
I think it would be a good time for us to pack up our last things that we need for the day and head out to the church now. Yes?
Yes, let's go and put your father to rest.
Yes, I feel it's time.
You see
Before
his
we
eyes just
leave
close and sink down, and you know, as hearing somebody else say it, it sinks into him a little bit. And you can see he's like, this is actually really hard on him too, but he's been putting on a brave face, and you know, and then he kind of gathers himself again and walks out.
Before we leave, Midnight's gonna take a tin of bacon grease.
Well, there's
Priorities.
mixed grease.
Of mixed grease that may have bacon grease.
I think Chris has a bunch of mixed grease for you.
You check the bacon grease holder, and it's already been emptied.
Yeah. There's finger marks.
Midnight, are you looking for this? And he's gonna hold up. I can't imagine that they have a cannery in their kitchen, so I guess it's just a sheep bladder. Sheep bladder. Yeah, filled full of. Yes, this sheep bladder has all the bacon grease. Here, catch. Those are one.
She'll take and say, "Thank you. I don't know what you needed the bacon grease for, though."
I didn't. I was thinking of you. I thought I'd try to get ahead of the game.
Oh, thank you.
No problem at all. But as we're like having this nice little moment, they're like have the body, or like they're all getting ready to go bury a body.
They're doing the pallbearer thing.
Yeah,
and just
doing
like
the pallbearer. She's like, oh, thank you. Yes, no problem. Suppose we should get going.
probably.
Midnight, might I have a word with you in private?
You're not gonna try and kill me, are you?
No, I will not be doing that. I was merely joking when I said that.
Okay. Is there something you need?
Yes, but I would like to talk in perhaps another room so we won't be overheard.
Okay.
Shall we go just right here? This...
She'll follow him, but she'll also keep her hand on the hilt of her sword just in case it's a ruse.
I'm not gonna try to kill her.
I'm ready just in case it's an elaborate ruse.
I had this dream last night that it was disconcerting. I saw my god persona, and then I saw who I believe was your god. My god fell away into a deep abyss, and your god saved me and offered me her hand.
I
And
thought during the exposition it was Morning Lord.
Yeah, there was no... Ezra was not there.
It was the Morning Lord.
Just so you know, Cole.
If your character believes it, keep going.
Yeah, it's up to you, but just so you know,
Midnight's god is not the Morning Lord?
No, she's the Lady of the Mist.
Well, who is the Morning Lord?
Chris.
Lysander.
Lysander. Chris has talked about the Morning Lord before.
Lathander is the Morning
Okay,
Lord.
so do you
out in
tell
the real world.
Cole this, Midnight?
Yeah, if you explain like how it said the Morning Lord, and like, my god is Lady Ezra of the Mists, Lady of the Mists. I think you're wanting to be talking to Chris about that, although I did also have a strange dream as well. Though mine didn't concern my god.
Was I?
No.
Oh,
You weren't among the dead bodies.
that's good to know. Okay. Well, now I feel like I called you over into another room for a bad reason, so shall we duel? No, I'm kidding.
Louis sword. Stab stab.
Chris, may I have a word with you?
Talking with the wheels falling off the wagon, eh?
Which?
What are you gonna ask Chris first here? Hold on.
Yes?
May I speak to you in this room, please?
We got our gods mixed up. It's okay.
All right. Hi, Midnight. How are you doing?
I'm doing
How'd
fine.
the conversation go?
I think he confused my god with the god you've talked about before, and might be something about
Latither.
that.
Yes.
Yeah. I think you might need to explain something to him, maybe? I don't know. It was weird.
Well, I have some pamphlets here if you're interested. Oh, I guess I don't.
You remember that there
what's
are
up, Chris?
Lathander pamphlets
Cole?
at the church?
Okay,
Yeah.
so I had this strange dream, and I was standing in the water, and then Persona, my lord, appeared before me, offering me his trident. And then when I reached out to grab it, he fell away into a deep abyss, and I was falling with him. And then above me appeared another god who reached out his hand for me to take and offered me his protection. But this god was not my god. I thought it was Midnight's god, but she believes it was your god. I'm not sure I remember his name, but I took his hand. I'm not sure. And he did pull me out, and he did save me. I couldn't breathe underwater for some reason. He saved me. And then I woke up, but I feel immense guilt over taking another god's hand. But I'm wondering, what is this god of yours like that I should consider following him?
Well, Lanathor is many things. He's a god of light and rebirth, also associated with the spring and the breaking of winter. If you've aligned yourself with him, I believe you're in good company.
And you follow this god?
Well, I do my best. He is accepting and a good god, and fights against darkness, or the how do we want to say it? The what darkness can become.
Is he the reason you have these strange powers from time to time?
Well, I wouldn't be surprised. I feel like as the danger of this land has presented itself, maybe Lanathor has been helping me by providing the tools that I needed to overcome them. As I was saying, I've always tried to take his words to heart, but I am no means the most devout follower of him.
See, Persona, he is the god of justice for my people and wrath, and perhaps that is why my ways have not been welcomed by land dwellers. And if this god of yours is a god of light and life and rebirth, perhaps this would be more fitting for me, but I'm not sure how to. In the dream, I was told to go somewhere and see someone about this god, to be taught in the ways. But I was hoping that perhaps one of my teammates could teach me something as we travel.
Perhaps, well, this land is in need of light, more than anything. It seems like it has its fair share of wrath. Perhaps, your god is allowing, you to work with Lathander for a time, as a way to show how great his disciples are.
Internship program.
An internship.
I don't
Very
know.
well.
I don't know the workings of the Celestials, but I do know that against a greater enemy, they do come together.
Do you perhaps have a book that teaches of your god, or how do you say his name again?
Lathander.
Lathander? Lathander.
I do have a prayer book. You're welcome to take it. I feel it will do you more good than it could do me right now.
Chris just rolled a 20 on name pronunciation there.
You're sure that you won't need this? I mean, I don't want to take from your power, from your relationship with Lathander.
Well, if all it takes is spreading the word of Lathander to damage my relationship with him, then I don't see how I could continue to serve. I feel like this is for the best.
Then I feel I must make the offer that if you need this book at any time, please tell me and I will give it to you.
I appreciate that, Cole.
Thank you, my friend.
And you guys are finishing up this conversation. You see Ismark standing there in the doorway, like, you know, looking like he wants to interrupt, but he doesn't want to. He's looking for a moment. He's like, if you are ready now, let us head to the church. And so you can see that their father's body is now in a cart, and Ireena is standing beside it with her hand on his leg under the sheet. And Ismark goes to the front of the cart and grabs a handle and starts drawing the cart down towards the church. It looks a little heavy, and because the ground is all muddy from the rain last night, he's having a little bit of trouble pulling it as fast as he might do on a dry road.
And I will help them with the cart since they seem to be having a little bit of trouble pushing it around.
Awesome. So you guys make your way towards the church, and you can see eyes peering at you from windows. The sun is barely coming up. It's still in that foggy, misty, dewy type of cool after the rain type of feeling. A little bit of a chill in the air with the breeze, but you can tell that the rain has subsided now, and it's going to be a nice day maybe at some point today. And as you approach the church, the priest has directed you towards the side gate. The front doors of the church look fairly repaired now. Looks like he did a good job with Periwinkle and fixed the doors. And he directs you around the church towards the cemetery in the back. And I think that's probably a good place to go for our break. We'll bring everybody over to here as you're making your way through the cemetery toward, just like Crim's little coffin dance picture there. A few of you are following Donovich through the cemetery, carrying the body. And I guess it would be more like, who wants to help out there? I need one more person.
I'll help.
Midnight, you're already there. One more person in that.
Who's drunk?
Strength is not my strong suit.
Strong boys.
Okay, Cole's there too. And you guys are all kind of making your way. Doot. Oh, that's Baby Shark. Whatever. You know what I mean.
Not Baby Shark. Not here.
Not here. Mm-hmm. You're making your way towards the graves, and there is a area with a tombstone that is already marked. That is, and a coffin there set up for him. And you basically,
It's the friar.
Yeah, there's a grave dug and everything right here.
Switch.
Can everybody see that? Right there? Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
just gonna move the torch.
So that's probably a good place where we can take our break before the procession starts, as you put the coffin down into the largely sloping grave. It's not a professional. It's not a professional grave digger who's dug this grave, but it's the priest did it.
They most certainly did not use mold earth
or an excavator. So it's kind of a wide grave that slopes down, but you've managed a way to get the coffin in there, and that's where we will go to break. But one thing that did happen last night, as you all went through this dreamy sequence, and Cole finally felt a spiritual connection again here for the first time since he's entered the mists, and you've all been given another glimpse of your path here. You have all leveled up, and so you can figure all that out in the next few minutes, and we'll be back in 15 minutes with a funeral service for everybody. So thank you very much for joining us, and we will be back very shortly. Woo, funeral.
I cast bonfire on the coffin, walk away, and put on my sunglasses.
No, don't.
Cole says, I like
then I-
this leather.
And then I
leather-
asked Cole to throw some salt on it.
Someone say
Finally.
smite.
Okay.
He's
okay.
already dead. Why are you smiting a body?
That's him. You fool.
I'm just doing what I was told.
Not this again.
That is awesome. Okay, yeah, we'll be back in 15 minutes, and
All right.
we'll resume this wonderful service. Awesome. All right, we are out, I believe. Gotcha. I have to pee. Anything else? D&D Beyond thing. Oh, in Roll20, there's no. You don't have it in Roll20. Yeah. Just use Beyond 20 if you can, for now. And if not, I can try to import character again. So just, if there's a problem with rolling with Beyond 20 and rolling in D&D Beyond, then I can do something about it, but it'll just take a second. So once you're done updating your character in what's wrong? Yeah. Our first raid. I don't know, maybe. Walk me through that later, okay? Alright, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I gotta go. You bet. That's what Midnight cast on. I did say there'd be a level up possibly last episode, but instead of going into the church and talking about religion and stuff, you ended up and like you didn't accomplish anything last episode. So I couldn't like level you up for not doing anything. Check. Really? I did mute. That is funny. Well, it says mute on here. How about if I do this? They could still hear us.
By like 30.
Okay, hold on. Wait, can you guys hear me still? Okay, I can't hear you, but if everybody gives me a wave or whatever when you're ready, then, well, when you're ready, then I'll know it's time to bring it back. Why is that all weird now? Determining scale sizes, mapping dungeons. There we go. Now I'm ready to go. Okay, so if Chris is good, I just don't know if he is because I can't hear anything. If everybody's good, then people give me a thumbs up. Everybody's good? One person give me a thumbs up when everyone is good. Cool. Okay.
That has been an option this entire time.
And we're back. Even though we
Don't say it like a question.
almost never left.
Question.
We pretty much never left.
We
You
didn't
got to
leave.
hear all our
No.
leveling up conversations.
What spell should I take? I don't know.
Well, I mean, I think that's like good broadcast. I mean, they do it in Critical Role.
There's nothing wrong with that. A little behind the scenes leveling up.
Besides, I
People are
muted
saying,
myself when I was
"Don't
using the
tell
restroom.
them."
That's funny. Okay. So,
Oh, I need to reload my page. Did
They
the
said
blackness thing.
We failed the stealth roll.
We totally did. We got a nat 1 on that stealth roll.
Well,
okay, so as you
Loading back
guys
in.
are all gathered around the soon-to-be grave of Kolyan and Dirovich, you are all given a pamphlet by Father Donovich. It is in your journals now. Just let me know if you have a problem seeing that.
oh, I think I ate too much.
You're definitely having indigestion right now.
Oh,
The
so it's
smell
like
of the
the
fresh-
official. Okay.
The smell of the fresh earth as well is you know, a little bit overwhelming to you. It's a nice crisp morning after a rain. Puddles of water under your feet. Not the best day for time for a funeral. So early, in fact, that it's probably like people from the town might have come to pay their respects, but with the hour being so early and you guys trying to make the most of the day and everything, and knowing that it's safer to do this in the day, you know, this is what you got. So there's nobody from the town is really here because you haven't really told anybody this is the time that you're doing it or anything. But just before Father Donovich starts to talk, you guys hear a raven crowing from a tree off to the side here. And it's squawking and squawking at you until you start paying attention to it. And then when everybody's, you know, annoyed about it and noticed it for sure,
Paul growls under his breath.
it flies off. And then Donovich begins his sermon. The sun has set for Kolyan and Dirovich, Burgomaster of Barovia, and father of two. And as the darkness moves in, the evening ritual must be said to ward off evil. I will recite
the tenets of faith.
Watch, and Ireena says, watch each sunrise, for each day is a gift. And then she wipes her eye and steps back.
Chris. Elbow Chris is your line.
My headset blanked out. When the microwave comes on, sometimes it crashes. What did I miss?
It's your turn to read from the script.
Ireena
for
just
the last
said,
rites.
watch each sunrise, for each day is a gift.
Open the last rites document
Last
if you
rights?
haven't.
I'm supposed to read?
You're supposed to read the part that says Chris.
You were all
And-
handed out a little pamphlet and it says Reader 1, Reader 2 at the top. And you're Reader 2, Chris.
Okay, let me search. No, I can't. I just can't highlight Chris stuff. Okay. Always aid, strive always to aid, to foster new hope, new ideas, and new prosperity for all kinds and all allies.
Nurture life. It is a sacred duty to foster new growth, nurture growing things, and work for rebirth and renewal.
Perfect yourself. Be fertile in mind and in body.
Bring hope. Wherever you go, plant seeds of hope, new ideas, and plans for a prosperous future in the minds of all.
Think ahead. Consider the consequences of your actions, so that your least effort may bring the greatest and best reward.
Avoid negativity, for from death comes life, and there is always another morning to turn a setback into a success.
The shadows grow longer. What must be done second? I will hold
high
my
children, that
they
they
might
might
see the
sun.
sun.
How shall this evening ritual end?
I shall
shall
mourn as I
as
watch the sun
sun give way to the onslaught of night, and greet
the
greet the
night
night
mother,
friend,
friend
now,
and ally
of all our
morning Lord.
For the darkness
Darkness
is no more
under
her
beautiful
beautiful
silver
silver
light.
light.
we practiced.
We totally didn't know this was coming.
Speaking in unison online is nearly impossible because each one of us have a different latency.
There's
Yeah.
input
Oh,
lag.
maybe made us
We
be
did pretty
unified.
good. We did pretty good there. It's not too
We
bad.
did our best.
Farewell, illuminated one, until we meet again. We carry the sun in our hearts until then. Give us the strength to carry on until the next dawn. We greet your ally, the Moon Maiden. Her silver light guides us until then. There is always another dawn. Farewell, precious sun. Your last sunset. Go to the arms of the Morning Lord. Be in his eternal, warm, soothing light. We will miss your leadership. We will cherish your moments. Your legacy will continue throughout Ismark and Ireena. Through them, you shall live on.
For in
For in
death,
death,
Life.
Life.
May the Morning Lord bless his passing. Too long have we endured hardships. Let us celebrate the life of... And the priest just stops dead. His voice seems to get caught in his throat. He stares at a spot in the distance beyond you guys. Sheer horror encapsulating his face. Following his line of sight. Sorry, what was that?
It's like wanting to turn around and see what he's looking at.
Yeah, following his line of sight. You guys look to the north and see a figure appeared in the mist just beyond the fence. Sanctus, Sanctus, Sanctus Demonos, Deus Sabbath, Plusiunt, Calis, Etera, Gloria Tuna, Hosanna in Excelsis, Benedictus qui venit in nomine Domini, Sonia Celsius. He starts backing up as he's saying these
Do we see
prayer
what he's afraid
words.
of?
You guys can probably see a figure standing to the north of the graves.
By the fence.
all right,
By the fence.
Mira's
That's actually the south.
going to go over to Ireena and pull out her crossbow and a rapier.
The figure holds up its hand.
Seeing her do this, I also pull out my
Noticing you.
crossbow, hoping I can shoot something.
Midnight will divine sense.
Okay. You do pick up the signs of undead all around you in this area.
Oh,
As I usually do.
Figure in the shadows takes a step forward, and Cole, you can see his face through the grates of the fence.
uh-oh.
You hear, "Hello, brother.
You!
For years I have lived in your shadow."
My screen just went dark.
Refresh.
Refresh.
What do you want, brother?
I can't believe you followed me all the way here. You were always foolish like that.
And you were always cursed, Flint.
Just because Persona never blessed me, I never felt his glory like you and Father did.
You
Doesn't mean
chose
I'm
to
cursed.
embrace the darkness. You chose to turn away from Persona. Why do you come here and ruin this ceremony?
Yes, I did, didn't I? It was in those shadows that I discovered what true power really is. It is my hatred and fear that unlocked what I had been looking for my
I
whole
shoot him in the
life.
face with an Eldritch Bolt.
And he... Okay. He tries to dodge.
I fire my crossbow at the same time.
As he does that, as you guys do that,
Roll
all
initiative.
turns clear. I'm going
Man,
to...
I didn't even get to read from my book.
He...
I was planning to read from my book for the funeral, but nah, his brothers ruins it.
he waves his hand
What a funeral crasher.
as he tries to dodge the bolt that's coming at him, right?
And it is a driftwood bolt, so it is wood.
I warned you all, but no.
As he tries to dodge the bolt that's coming from his hand, or that's coming from Chris.
Am I
'cause he's
rolling
the
to
first
attack?
person who... Well, you said you wanted to shoot him with your crossbow, right?
I'll just blast at his face, I thought.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was doing
Eldritch
Eldritch Blast, and Cole was shooting him with a crossbow bolt.
Okay, so as you guys do that,
Oh, I gotta do
he does
initiative?
his thing that he was holding on to. No, don't do any initiative.
Don't. We got
Don't,
the.
Yeah,
don't,
Oh,
don't
yeah.
move. Don't do anything. You guys know this by now.
I'm
I can't
too
see
afraid
anything.
to move. I had to refresh to.
I
Yeah, you
have
have
to
to
try to
refresh.
take the torches out as well. I think we got it though. Let's
Maybe.
see.
Oh
damn.
my gosh.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, this is not good, people.
Boom.
It
I
would
told you
definitely
my
suck if I
brother
kept
was
flying.
evil.
Oh wait.
So as you guys make your shots, go ahead and do that now. An Eldritch Blast and a crossbow bolt.
Crossbow.
So the Eldritch Blast flies pretty true, except breaks up along the fence. As it hits the fence, it shatters the whole thing and sends a bar flying and bends it open, and he's able to dodge the majority of the blast. And the
He used
crossbow,
defense versus defense.
because you've just seen your brother there, you're filled with rage. You just shoot and didn't even aim. It misses by a few feet. He laughs as he dodges this and says, "Kill them all, except for the girl." And he points at Ireena. And
Turn Ordor plus.
we
Do I get movement?
are in combat.
Can okay.
No, you didn't have a turn. You just had a quick action before combat started. So the skeleton here
Let's hope they
takes
get mowed
aim
down
at
quick.
the
This is
priest,
gonna be a lot of people.
Let's hope
and
they
he will
have no HP.
pull out his short bow and miss
Who was he aiming at?
at the priest. Alright, Mira.
All right,
You're up.
Mira is going to run 5, 10, 15, and she's going to spend a bardic inspiration to do slashing flourish because I can now. Okay. And I'm going to attack with my rapier.
Okay, that's a hit. Which one are you
Okay.
going for? The one above you? Or the one
I
behind-
did
beside
this
you?
one. I used a bardic inspiration to do slashing flourish, which means that my walking speed is increased by 10 until the end of my turn, and if my attack hits, I can spend one bardic inspiration to deal extra damage to the number I roll on the target I hit and any other creature within 5 feet of it.
Oh,
So
that's a
I
hit.
get to roll a d6 for my bardic inspiration.
You also
D6.
roll damage on that one first.
Yes.
And so it's 5 damage to this one above it. And oof. Ooh. Okay, so 10 damage plus 5 damage to this one?
Yes, and because I have 2-weapon fighting and my crossbow expertise, shoot it with my crossbow.
Yeah, so you have annihilated this first one already, and you've turned your crossbow after your flourish goes through and hits this one a little bit. The second crossbow shot does not quite have enough to drop this one, but it is very close to death. And so, yeah, Mira just like called to action. Boom, she's in there. Takes one down, one's almost dead beside her. This skeleton aims his short bow at Ismark and misses somehow. This skeleton takes his short sword and stabs at Mira, dropping his bow. Nope.
And misses.
Midnight, you're up.
Okay, so Crim's closer to that one.
I'm so far down this list.
Gonna go for this one right here and attempt to do some smackins. I think this time we'll be with a bonk boy. Come on. Nope.
So you run up, and your giant sword misses wide.
Warhammer.
Oh, Warhammer. Right.
I see skeleton, I see bonk.
Okay, so this skeleton as well, he's gonna kill the brother. Short bow. And Ismark takes a shot in the knee, staggering him a little bit, but he still looks fine. Chris, you're up.
Okay, gonna fire. I don't see anything on my screen. I don't think my token has vision.
You need to refresh your page because it sometimes glitches out like that.
Okay, dang.
Yeah, you
Rolling
have vision.
11s.
But yeah, you have things within range
Liking
of
those
you.
1-1s tonight.
Yeah,
11
1 1 1 1.
is just under what,
For
a
Eldritch
little
Blast.
under what you need there. The armor of these skeletons is able to stand up to that. You do see, well, so that's fine. This one's going to rush in towards, let's see, can he get around the people? Yeah, it's going to rush in towards his mark.
Oh. No.
And miss badly.
Good thing they're missing.
Same with this guy.
He did hit.
And so yeah, just a slash against his shoulder, but he's still fine as well. And then you see Reef, Cole's brother,
Off in the distance.
peering
When-
in through this fence that's now opened up a little bit with the work that the Eldritch Blast did. He is going to what's the range on that? Do I have enough range? Don't want to cheat it. Oh, it's exactly. Okay. It's gonna look at the biggest looking thing on your team and shoot Midnight with a ray of enfeeblement.
I don't like that.
Ooh. Whoops,
I don't know
wrong
what that
one.
does.
Wrong screen to click that.
Whoop whoop.
Boom.
Where's the guy
8
that's doing that?
damage.
So, do I have to make a con save?
No, it's you basically you can make a con save at the end
So
of
the
each of your
spell
turns.
ends.
At the
So
end of
take
each of
8
your turns, you
damage.
can make a con save, but until then, you deal half damage with strength-based attacks.
Strength based. Okay.
Okay, and this skeleton here, he's gonna run in and kind of trip over this grave a little bit, but wielding his sword, try to hit Ismark. And Ismark's armor is able to, and his dexterity is able to avoid that skeleton's impact, so he's good. From the side here, you see these shambling zombies lurching towards you. They are not quite fast enough to get to you yet, but they are coming. Krim, you're up.
Okay, so I'm gonna go to the necromancer. Gonna fly up a bit and then down beside him, or about 5 feet above him. Then I'm gonna try to grapple him. Yeah, we know where this is going.
Nat 20. Not enough. That's
So
awesome.
that's 45.
So you're grappled now, or he's grappled now, yep.
Where was I? I think I was here. I'm gonna take the bonus action Step of the Wind to spend a key point and take a dash action. So I have 40, 20 plus another 60, 80, 40 feet up. I'm gonna fly 40 feet up here. And then I'm gonna end my turn there.
You're just gonna end your turn there?
Yep. While carrying him 40 feet up in the air.
So he is right here?
Yep.
Okay. And do you want to just write 40 on your token there, and I'll move on.
Okay.
Ireena, seeing him fly up like that and seeing all this stuff going on, she's seeing her brother being attacked, and she runs forward and jumps over the grave of her father and lands beside her brother and starts attacking a skeleton that's attacking her. And she makes an attack. But it is not enough. Zombie turn. Zombie walk forward. Cole, you're up.
Okay.
Your brother is 40 feet up in the air, pretty much above your head, in Krim's arms.
Okay. I am going to move right there. And then I am going to, let me find it real quick. Turn undead.
Oh, you're gonna do what I was gonna do. Yay!
Hey, I waited a long time for my turn. But I am turning undead. They have to make a wisdom saving throw.
It's within 30 feet, right?
Mhm.
Yes, within 30 feet. So I was hoping to get my brother, but
So all the ones on the left side and that guy up there.
it's a 30-foot circle around me.
Your brother's not undead.
Well,
Or fiend?
I wasn't sure, so.
What about this guy? Is this guy within 30 feet of you?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
All the zombies that we can see and a couple skelly boys.
What is it again? Wisdom or charisma?
Wisdom.
Yeah, okay. So, first one beside you.
Ew.
What's the DC again?
It's like 13,
What's
right?
your spell save DC?
It would be listed under spells.
Spells at the top of the screen.
12.
Okay. Now the one underneath that guy, the first zombie. He's turned. This one. He's turned. The
Turned.
last zombie
Not
passes. So 2 failures. The one above Mira. Fail.
And the one all the way over there.
And the one all the way over there. Nat
Pass.
20.
So we got 3 turns at least.
So we'll just do.
Fear effect, I think, because that's what it kind of is.
I'll just put a little question mark on their heads
They,
because they're
they
like,
have to run for a full minute.
well, they get to make a save, don't they?
If the
Isn't
creature
that what
fails
you
its
just
saving
did?
throw, it's turned for 1 minute, or until it takes damage.
For
It
its
doesn't get to
action,
save
it can
again.
use the dash action or try to escape from the effect.
It doesn't
That's
get to
it.
save again, I don't believe, and it just breaks unless when they take damage or after the minute's up.
It says it can try to escape from an effect that's preventing it from moving.
Right, okay. So it can't escape from the turn.
There's also something else to consider. Turn undead can kill undead too if they're of a certain.
Yeah, no, you're not high enough level.
You're not high enough level for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not at all. But yeah, on their turns they have to go. Okay. And it's the one right beside you that passed the first time. He's going
That's
to
fine.
chop at you with his short sword. With a vitality swing of 8 damage.
And it misses.
Oh, 17?
Tank's gonna tank.
18 armor class. Okay. Zombie. So this guy didn't fail. He's got... He's gonna move to there. Donovich is basically starting to run away. And he doesn't know where to go. But he's gonna go to here.
Oh, Donovich, you're in the way.
You see the creature that was standing beside Reef as Krim picked him up. It disappears. Whoops. Maybe that's not the best way to do that. That's weird. Okay, there we go. Let's just say it didn't disappear, because if it does, then it screws up the whole combat turn order thing. It was going to disappear
for logistic purposes.
But it flies. Can it fly 40 feet and reach you? Because you're 40 feet up in the air, right?
Depends on its fly speed.
It's got a fly speed of 40 feet, so it probably can't reach you because it's on the ground and over a little bit. So it's just going to fly up a little bit, and then, yeah, you see it go invisible. I'm just going to put it off to the side here. I know where it was. And it moves, but you can't see that. Sorry about that, guys. It's almost screwed up the combat-y thing. Okay, this guy takes a shot at Ismark. Missing. Ismark's turn. He's going to do a multi-attack.
Ooh.
But he takes one skeleton down to a good... makes a good hit on it. Okay. And that's the end of the round. We're back up to Mira.
All right. Slashy slash with the rapier.
That's a hit.
All right.
And this skeleton in front of you shatters into 100 pieces.
All right, and shooting this guy with my crossbow. Nice.
And that's a hit.
8 piercing on him, and then I have 30 feet of movement, so I'm gonna run over here.
Bolt sends his shoulder back, but he keeps walking towards you. Okay, this skeleton's going to try to chop at the giant armored knight.
No.
Unsuccessfully. Tink, tink, tink.
And I'm gonna move away from him, taking the opportunity thing, so I can get in an advantageous position here. No.
And it tink.
I will also use my channel divinity to turn undead, but this time I can reach everything.
Donovich sees you coming and uses his reaction to fall on his ass in terror.
I think I can reach everything but this one zombie here. but my save DC is 13.
And this zombie.
Yeah, I positioned it where I could get most everything, or at least try.
Okay. Let's see how that works out.
So that's
Okay, the one fighting Cole
fail.
is turned. The zombie that's not already turned.
Yes.
The one at the top there.
Dang it,
Oof,
pass.
he's a nat 20 guy. Gotta have
Don't
him
like him.
attack. How many of the ones that
He's
are
a very
fighting?
wise skeleton.
How many of the ones fighting Ismark are you getting?
All of
All of
them.
Yeah.
All
Okay,
of
so
them.
starting with the one that is beside Mira. Beside that one. And
Fail.
underneath that one.
Fail.
Nice.
Two fails.
And then these two down here.
Two fails there. And then the one on the left. Alright. A 0.
Got another one. Keep in mind that this lasts for a minute or until you hit it, so.
Do not hit them.
Strategy! Hit the ones that aren't scared.
Okay, so this guy here who's been rolling nat 20s is gonna roll in and try to take a stab at Mira.
That
16 for
hits.
6. Chris,
Ouch.
you're up.
All right, Chris is legit confused. As skeletons, I assume, I see some sort of like divine light radiating from their eye sockets, and they just turn and begin to flee.
Well, they haven't on their turn, right?
Yeah, but that's kind of what's unfolding right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so he is gonna yell out to Midnight, Midnight, what did you do? And then I guess kind of step back a little bit, not really knowing what's going on, and he's gonna hold his dagger like one would hold a cross, ready to fire off another Eldritch Blast.
To be fair, she did shout, shoot the ones that are not scared.
If one attacks somebody, that's the one he'll shoot.
Okay. So this skeleton here is
Has to
going
run.
to run that way. Does it say that he has to use his dash, or he can use a dash?
Scroll back up to where Cole posted his, or I can repost mine.
Okay, there it is.
Channel Divinity. It must spend its turns trying to move as far away from me from you as it can, and it can't unwillingly move to a space within 30 feet of me, or
Okay,
whoever
so
casted it.
He's out
It can't
there
take
now.
reactions.
He's beside him. Okay, so it's Reef's turn, and he's 40 feet in the air. See, there's things you can do here that might not be the best for you, but he's also sort of protective of himself. He is going to look back over his shoulder at you, Krim, and cast Blight. Yeah, Constitution saving throw, DC 15.
Ooh. Or get oofed. Ooh, that's gonna be a big oof.
It's really great. As if he's flying. Oh, he's just instantly killed.
Yeah, he insta-dead, but he get dropped 40 feet to the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, at least the fall damage doesn't kill you because you're already dead.
That
I
was
can keep
Crim.
your body from turning.
Is it?
Yeah.
Are you unconscious or dead?
No, he's dead.
44
No.
damage insta shots most people, I think. Do you have more than double?
Yep. I have 24, so I have more than double, but the falling damage would. Let's see.
It's
The
not
falling
quite.
damage
He's
is a separate-
unconscious.
The falling damage is a separate hit, so it's not a single.
Yeah, but
Attack?
it might
Being a
go
failed
over
death
if you get
save.
24.
You don't add them together though. That's what I'm saying.
would
You
just
take
get- you
one
would
hit
just-
and then you fall, and
Yeah.
you're already at 0. So you wouldn't be
you wouldn't
insta-dead
add that extra damage. You would just have a
by,
one
like,
failed
No, yeah,
death
but-
save.
2 hit points.
But if the falling damage reaches 24, I die. But it didn't, so.
So the falling damage to him is 19.
Yeah, it's for the both of us.
Nice.
I take one failed. That's it.
And yeah, that's
I
what.
can
Yeah.
try to fix
So
that.
he's no longer grappled, and he's no longer in the air. But it's not his turn anymore either. Skeleton's up. This skeleton is going to attack his mark again.
Okay, as it goes to attack, I release my held action. Pew! The mighty 14 to hit.
Oh, and before it can actually make contact with his mark, its body explodes. And it's
Nice.
the
I just
zombie's
imagine
turn.
the head just gets severed, like ting ding ding ding, and you just see it rolling, and then the body just falls apart in a clatter of bones.
So the zombie starts running away as well. And Crim's turn to make a death save, I guess.
I get one, I die. Crit. No. Second.
Crit!
I can save you, don't worry.
Okay, that's two fails you're at.
Yep.
Ireena's turn. She sees Crim fall after taking up this dude and sees that her brother is now not surrounded anymore. She doesn't want to draw the ire of... Yeah, she's just going to attack that skeleton beside her. Ooh!
Nice.
She pops it for 9 damage. And it's her rapier goes right through its head, but it's still moving its arms and trying to grasp at her. And this zombie runs away. Cole, you're up.
I am going to I'm going to move over to here. And then I am going to fire. Actually, no, I'm going to cast Enhance Ability on Midnight.
Oh, okay.
And that will be,
How long does that last?
That concentration?
yes, it is. She gets 6 temporary hit points.
Oh, nice. I don't
And-
have a THP bar. Oof. 'Cause we're
And,
using all our bars.
I'm going to yell at Reef, that,
Where's a good button?
well, I'm going to pull out my dagger. I can't do another action, but I can pull out my dagger and I'm going to hold it to the throat of the sister and grab her. And I'm going to say, Reef, if you do not send your creatures away and leave this place, I will kill her before you can make use of her. And I'll whisper in her ear, just play along. I'm not really going to kill you.
He starts laughing.
No, he'd have to roll to not see through that, I think.
Well, you know, he's not, he believes you, but he starts laughing.
He's just crazy.
He needs her
I spell
alive.
facepalm.
20?
Does he?
30?
Yes, he
Yeah,
told
he's-
the monsters not to kill her.
But he's a necromancer.
And I'm a cleric. I can keep him from raising her.
Yeah, no, he heard you, and he starts laughing at you and your threats.
I don't think he cares that much.
Okay, so this guy is still a zombie.
Yeah, he's not running away yet.
he's gonna start moving to. He thinks Krim is dead, so he's gonna start moving that way. Donovich sees that there is an opening this way and books it this way.
Jumps down the hole.
Run away,
he got
fat
up
man.
and moved his half movement.
Invisible burb.
All of a sudden, the invisible creature appears.
That's not a burb.
There it is. Yeah. Oh, I didn't have to bring it off this map. Nice.
It's not invisible now.
It was invisible, okay?
It was.
You mean we're
just
supposed to use
didn't
our
know.
imagination in this game?
It's going to
Blasphemy.
attack
What?
Ismark.
Oof. Much
Bye bye, Ismark.
Ismark looks pretty hurt by that, but he's still standing.
I can only
He
heal
has,
so
he has to
many.
make a Constitution save to take half damage
Mm.
from the poison.
Mm-hmm. Can be a 10 or a 16.
Boom. And he does.
Wow.
Takes 10 damage.
Well, I already did the 5, so 5 more. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you see him spit out the poison.
He
Somehow he got bit.
Alright. So this skeleton back here is not turned, so it's going to see Father Donovich running away, and it knows that it's supposed to kill the brother, so it see the brother, it's going to shoot at the brother again.
So me? Or-
the other brother.
Oh, okay.
The
The
other
Ismark brother.
Where is my? There you go. Yeah, it's gonna. Oh wait, wrong one. It's supposed to be short bow, but it's the same thing. It's a miss. Now it's Ismark's turn, and he's seeing this imp there. He's not very happy with it. He's gonna do his multi-attack. 8 slashing damage on the little flying creature, and it almost takes one wing all the way off, and the creature has a hard time keeping its flight up.
It's flying
you're up.
lopsided.
All right, Mirror will call out, "Somebody help Krim! He's down!" And take a swipe at the guy in front of her.
But your swipe is not sturdy enough.
It's okay, I can still shoot with my crossbow though, because I made an attack.
Oh, even if you miss.
You just have to make an attack with a one-handed weapon first.
And you don't get a disadvantage on short range attack there.
Crossbow expert.
Crossbow.
And
7
7
damage.
damage is enough as the crossbow enters its brain, or what was left of it, and
All right,
exits as confetti.
and Mirror's gonna run back behind Krim and try to. She can't really try to grab him, but she's gonna run over there.
I'm coming.
This skeleton over here has to run, so he is running.
Yeah, run away, please. I believe I have to make a con save for that enfeeblement nonsense.
At the end of each of your turns, you can.
Okay.
Did you do that one last time, or?
I did not. I forgot about it.
So you can go ahead and do one now,
And then one at the end
one at the end
to make
of
up
your
for
turn.
it.
If you're still,
Oh,
you are,
What?
you break out like this green
Nuts. Slimy and
poisonous
oofed.
looking energy on you. Even though you're not affected by poison, this energy has been sapping your strength, and you break away from it.
you see the magic around you, you suck it and throw the spirit off.
Just gonna rush over to Krim right here and put all my lay on hands into his body as divine light just channels into him.
Does like a big proboscis extrude from her chest and then just like stab him and inject him with a bunch of chemicals?
No, just hands resty white light.
Oh, okay.
And it is
15
kind of
HP.
white light, but it's also filled with mist. As it
Oh,
Misty
okay.
pops
white
through.
light. Gain 15 HP Crim.
Nice.
Nicely done.
What the fuck?
Looks like it's Chris's turn now.
Okay. I saw an Aarakocra get microwaved, and then crater into the ground, and then Midnight just happy hands like poof, like CPR. Like okay, bringing
Clear.
it back. Yeah, clear.
Defib.
Starts smoking.
The smoke from the mist just goes sizzle.
I smell turkey again.
But he's too distracted by the imp right now, so he's gonna once again raise the dagger
Ooh.
cross.
Woo. And as you
and
do
loose
that,
another bolt of energy.
Who's that
as
at?
this mist punctures out towards this thing, fangs blast through its face, and parts of the imp end up on the fence 40 feet away.
Eviscerated.
There's like a hanging section of imp on the fence back in the back here. Do you have a movement or bonus action or anything you want to do?
That's the end of my turn.
Okay. So these skeletons are now
Keeps
running
running.
off, and
Into
they've
the
run
distance.
too far for
He's going the distance.
him to be able to. These basically they're off the screen, and now it's Reef's turn. And so he sees that you guys are surrounding him again a little bit, and he says, "Looks like you've brought some powerful friends, Cole. I'll be back." And he casts Dimension Door
Oh
and walks
man,
through it.
he was gonna be my next target.
I think he's too strong to be your next target.
I counterspell him.
We're twins.
If only.
If only.
Could if no, it's yeah. Do you have
Sure.
spell? It's a third level
No.
spell, so no. You're a third level character. I was like, okay.
I mean, if you have it.
No, it's my new homebrew class. I access all the spells all the time.
I have a 9th level, 1st level slots.
Yeah. I'm gonna use Wish.
I'm gonna use Wish. So he's still technically in the fight, but he's quite a distance away, and you don't know where. As his zombies all run away.
Yeah, more where that came from.
Crim, you stand up. Half
Yep.
your movement is gone.
Wait, does Crim stand up, or is he just like
He could roll over
over
if
it?
he wants.
Is he just like
You
over
could just
it
roll
right
over and
now?
punch a man.
Yeah, no, I stand up. And then this guy isn't turned, right?
He's
Correct.
not turned.
That
He doesn't have
zombie
the
is not
question mark.
turned.
Okay. I punch him. I
Punch
I
the
fell to
zombie.
the ground. I punch him.
Punch him in the face.
Punch and slash.
Oh,
He did?
He's angry that he died.
That's a crit.
okay. So wait, the first one does 5 damage.
And the next one does 7.
So
Yep.
minus 5.
Next one should be double damage, shouldn't it? It's a crit.
It still
It's
rolls. It rolled a
double-
1.
Double dice, not double damage.
Oh,
Yeah.
Minus 5, and then
Minus 7.
Okay, so it's still alive.
Oh. Maybe Ireena can blast it.
I just saw the double crit there, and I was like, it's got to be dead, right?
I'm just gonna screenshot this for future memorabilia.
Ireena looks at her brother and like actually like has a second here, and she's like, "What do I do?" And he's like, "Just stay safe." And he puts his arm, around
I
her.
lower
She
my
lets him.
dagger from her throat.
Okay, this guy runs off as well.
All right, I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame on that final dead dude
Ugly.
by Crim.
Then there's the one down there.
Yeah, there's one near
And-
Chris still, but yeah, for the most part.
It's a Dex 12 saving throw, and I rolled.
Sacred Flame, eh?
Let's hope he ain't got much health left. These digital dice are killing me tonight.
Wow, you're lucky. And because it's a zombie, you're lucky. That's great. Okay, your Radiant damage on this thing at the right time. Takes it out, and it does not, as normally when a zombie gets hit like that, it can sort of keep on rambling on, but
Nope.
the power of the Morning Lord has spoken, and you see a
I'm
bright
just
flash.
Imagining Texas trucker zombie. Sometimes, brr, you just gotta keep rambling on. Brains. Texas trucker zombies. Next season on the History Channel.
Texas trucker zombies. Donovich grabs a rock and throws it at that skeleton that's 20 feet away, noticing that
He's
you guys
trying.
have... Yeah. It's just gonna make a... I guess it's gonna be dexterity. And he totally misses and throws his arm out.
Oh, there's one left.
Yeah.
But
I
it
didn't
sees
even
that
see
he
him
did
there.
that, and it's gonna charge at him
No,
and
no.
try to stab him with its sword.
Donovich, no.
It looks
And
like a mummy.
That is a hit.
Does he have more than 5 HP?
He does, though. He's
We just all have to gang up on it.
he's
They'll be
gut
dead.
stabbed though. He's not looking very good. He's starting to mutter in Latin again. Ismark grabs his sister and pulls her back. You know, trying to get a glimpse of things from a distance and make sure everything's done. And he's got her grappled now. You're up.
All right. How far away is he now?
You would need 35.
I would need 35. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to,
Pew pew.
I'm actually going to use, cast Dissonant Whispers at first level.
Nice.
Okay,
second.
so wisdom.
Second one. Yes, Wisdom save.
Fail, 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 please.
Don't let me lose. No.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh man.
Wow.
Me and Chris can try.
Skeleton just starts whistling along with you without lips.
And I'll and I'll move 30 feet towards it. 5, 10, 30.
Dang it, if only I was one closer.
And that's my turn.
Keep on running.
Says there may be a problem with my session? What are you talking about? Okay, reload session.
What's up?
Oh, roll 20 just gave me a little, there may be a problem.
The red
I usually ignore that.
So do I, but
Red box
it didn't show what was happening on on the two screens the same. Like one of my screens showed it was one person's turn, the other person, or the other different person, so. Figure might as well fix that. Okay, so this skeleton is already turned and it is off the screen now. Midnight, you're up. There is one
Okay.
skeleton left as far as you can tell. Everything else is there are other
go.
skeletons and they're trying to jump the fence of this area. Trying to get out of the hole.
Try and charge in and bonk. Please let me bonk. Please let me bonk. Please let me bonk. Bonk!
Let's hear
Successful
it.
bonking.
Smite! Overkill!
I want to hear the bonk sound effect.
Okay, this skeleton explodes so violently that Donovich actually takes 1 damage from shards of bones flying out towards him. And he's a little further damaged, but he's grateful for your efforts.
Fuck.
And I believe with that, you guys have successfully fended off an attack from Cole's
Yay.
brother.
Does the priest have a spell to heal himself?
he does, you see. I can just close this, right? Yeah. He does, you see, he's starting to do a prayer. And
Okay, in the meantime, I'm going to use one of my features on Midnight. Was the one that was wounded, right?
Only by a little bit, by like 8.
8? Okay,
Yeah.
then I'm going to use my excuse me, my preserve life. I can restore up to 15 hit points. Anybody else injured, I can distribute these.
I am. She's got a little bit of a bloody nose.
Okay,
Donovich has healed himself.
I'm going to heal Midnight back up to the 8 hit points she's missing, and use the rest, which is 7 on. That was Mira.
Perfect.
Doesn't that only you heal up to half?
I mean, do we need to like actually talk this out? I feel like since this is kind of a
Yeah,
broadcast,
we're good.
more than a like, I think it should be more leaning towards story than bookkeeping.
Oh, yeah, we can. You guys can deal with that a little bit more subtly next time. So that if you know that you have, does anybody need hit points? I have 15 left, or something like that. You know. And
Okay.
then, so yeah, Ismark starts, and Donovich starts back towards the grave.
Shall we continue the funeral?
Let us get out of here and end this ceremony before anything else happens.
Are you sure? It just seems like things are coming to life.
Yes, well, that's
Anybody?
the problem.
No.
That is the
Well-
problem, isn't it?
Do we know he won't join them in Undeath?
I made sure he won't join them for 7 days. At least.
Well,
Was-
that's the best we can do. Then let's move on. I don't see any reason to stay here, unless you think these bones are worth anything, and he's gonna kick a clattering skull of one of the skeletons.
Well, you guys do notice that there are skeletons that have recently just jumped over the fence and they're still running away. So
They're just running off into the fields.
They're just running off. Now they're animated, but they don't have any. They're sort of headless in a way.
They spooked.
They're spooked.
Is
yeah.
it good to unleash a bunch of undead out there towards the village?
I mean, there's a lot of dogs, wild dogs and wolves. I'm sure they'll be happy to find a bony brother like that. Punch on, maybe.
yeah.
I could have just let them overrun everyone. There was that option.
No, you did fine. You did fine. I just think that maybe Ashtai is out there somewhere, and she'll appreciate a good themer.
No
Yeah.
Savorie?
Oh, Savorie. Nice.
Yeah.
A good femur.
Oh, did I get her name wrong?
Yeah, but we got it.
What was her name?
Savorie.
Savorie.
Avaray? So bad with
Yeah.
names.
I don't remember them either, so.
Okay, so you guys are victorious here. The priest says, "Shall I come to your mansion today later and drop off the stuff for you there, Ismark?" It's like, "Yeah, sure. We will be there for the rest of the day." Okay.
What
And-
stuff?
You're gonna ask. They sort of both are keeping quiet a little bit, you know.
Detect thoughts?
Surface level, they know nothing?
Yeah, detect thoughts if you want.
Yeah, I want.
I guess you don't have to roll for that, do you?
Unless she probes deeper than surface level, she doesn't have to.
Yeah. Okay. So there is. They're both thinking like about Strahd, and it's something to do with Strahd.
But did not what stuff?
Not what stuff.
I basically wanted to know what stuff they're talking about. He said, we'll bring this stuff.
Right, and in their minds, in their thoughts, they're thinking about Strahd when he says that.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Shall we continue
So-
the eulogies and last words someplace safer?
I thought we were done.
I don't know about you, but I am ready for a drink.
And we
It's
spoke
time to
together
regroup.
so well, and we all totally didn't forget to recite from the paper that we were given.
He starts filling in the hole and making sure that it's tamped down nicely, and
Will
Takes
there
a
be
step
food
back.
where we have these drinks?
All right, well let's get out of here. If work's done.
he takes a
Vera's
step
gonna
back
collect
and
her
takes
crossbows first.
one last look at the headstone of his father as they pass back out and back into the village of Barovia.
So I'll read from the book another time. At another funeral.
If you
My
want,
plans are gone.
Wait,
if you want to have a word, then now is the time for sure.
Okay, if everyone wants to go, it's fine. I can just do it at another funeral. 'Cause
Midnight.
that's gonna
I
happen.
can go
you
back.
mentioned to me earlier that you had written something down. I'd love to hear it. Go ahead and recite it.
Yes, I would like to hear it as
I
well.
will wait.
If you guys don't mind staying for just
I feel
another
like-
minute or two.
I feel like Midnight needs a sarcasm circuit or something to let us know.
No, that's the joy of midnight. There's no sarcasm.
There's no sarcasm.
There is no
basically-
sarcasm. Nothing is
Basically, yeah. Basically, Midnight's gonna be reading from like the first book of Ezra as like a nice little last words eulogy thing.
Mm-hmm.
To kind of do the robotic clearing of the throat and start speaking. In the time before, in a land cloaked in mists, there was a woman, and she was Ezra. Ezra was a healer of the sick and protector of the weak. Such was her lot in life, such was her role in the grand scheme. Ezra took pride in the role fate had given her. Her duty was her joy. For many years, Ezra healed the lame and watched over her people. Yet as time went on, Ezra began to see the hollow. From the mists of death came horrors of the night. They were the drinker of blood and the stealer of breath, and the beasts that rends. Many were their legions, many were their roles played by darkness in the grand scheme. Ezra knew that death would come for her as it comes to all in time. When Ezra entered the Grey Land, there would be no guardian to fill her role. There would be no one to stand between her people and the legions of the night. Ezra set forth on a quest to find a guardian for her people. She sought the one pure heart who would assume her role. Ezra sought for the one pure heart in many lands, but never did she seek in vain. In time, her quest brought Ezra to the end of all things. Behind Ezra stretched all the lands of the world, before rose only the mists of death. Ezra spoke to the mists, and she asked, The world is yours, you set its shape. Why do you allow its people to wander lost and afraid? Yet the mists did not answer her. Yet again she spoke, Why have you filled your world with the legions of the night? Yet the mists still would not answer her. A third time that Ezra did speak, All things have their role in the grand scheme, the legions of the night have their place, but guardians and guides have their roles in turn. Still the mists offered no reply to her. Ezra spoke once more. I have searched all the vastness of your lands, but I have found no guardians for my people. I have found no guides for the lost. Again the mists were silent. For one last time did Ezra speak. You have failed the grand scheme. You have created a hollow that must be filled. If you will not watch over your people, then that task falls to me. Upon the fifth entreaty did the mists of death finally reply to Ezra. From the mist came a voice, and the voice spoke, saying, Turn back, mortal. You know nothing of the grand scheme. You know nothing of the mists. You have reached the end of your world. Continue, and you shall find only your destruction and nothing more. Yet Ezra held fast against the mist, saying, You cannot bid me enter, yet I cannot turn away. I offer myself to you so that you may know the suffering of my people. If I must be destroyed for them, then that is what must be. The mist of death fell silent, then spoke once more. Enter the mists if you must, mortal, but not as you are. Your kind has no place here. To enter the mists, you must become as one with the mists. Never again shall you leave them. You will forever sacrifice yourself to watch over these few mortals. Spoke Ezra, such is my role in the grand scheme, so must it be. And with those words, did Ezra become our guardian in the mists. And tonight, the father of Ireena and Ismark is the protector of this town, becoming one with the mists. That's all.
Lanather protect.
That was wonderful. Thank you very much, Ireena. Puts her hand on your shoulder. Like, thank you.
That's some nice words should at least be said, since it got interrupted by legions of undead.
I believe my father appreciates this. It was beautiful.
Yes, well done, Midnight.
Figured it appropriate as the protector of this, as he was the protector of this town. I shall at least say something nice upon his departure.
Ireena looks up into the mist surrounding the distant horizon, and she says, "Do you think my father is really up there somewhere?"
I think so. I think he's joined Lady Ezra in protecting the people of this land.
And then Ismark, "Okay, time for a drink. We are leaving. Bye, father."
I'm with you, Ismark.
Okay, let's go.
Wow.
He doesn't like feelings.
He has no. He doesn't like the girly feelings.
Yeah. So, okay. I guess we can go to the tavern and hang out for a while if you like. There's still torches here.
Oh no, old token.
And old tokens.
Update
I'll update
old
your
token.
HP and everything next week so that everything looks all kosher on Roll20.
There's a bunch of zombies at the booths.
What?
Uh-huh.
Oh, you're just saying that.
Yeah, they do look strange.
Those are Barovians, okay? And
Barovians
they're
look
very
weird.
quiet. They're not really talking to each other or smiling or anything. They're just drinking their drinks really slow, sipping away at them.
Oh, all right. Well, I'll buy a round for everyone. Especially Midnight. Cheers to you. That was quite a bit of writing. Not only are you skilled with a weapon, but you seem capable with a pen as well.
Oh no, I've only read that excerpt from the Holy Book of Ezra. I have
Oh, I
certain
see.
parts memorized.
Well, I suppose humility is another fine trait.
So you guys sit down at your usual booth in this bar now. It's become your normal booth.
That has the new stools just kind of just put there forever now.
And
To me, my
Ismark
stool.
holds his hand up and, waves at the bartender and he's like, one round kind of thing. He gives her the symbol. So you guys are expecting some drinks coming soon. He's like, okay, now to the dirty business.
Mira, you can have my seat.
Oh, I'm fine, she'll say. She's kind of standing by the fireplace and she's cleaning off the undead guts from her rapier.
In the
Nice.
tavern, that's helped by Alicia right there.
Okay, so, time do we have here? Are we,
10:20.
Yeah, we're pretty much at near the end here, eh? So you guys can have a little chit-chat time about what you want to do for next episode and plan out the rest of the day. It's probably about 9 a.m. or so as at the end of the funeral of the battle. The sun is fully crested up and the mists have dissipated and the ground is starting to dry outside. And the signs of the storm yesterday are starting to abate.
Well, it seems like that's another off the checklist.
I believe there was several people missing, a specific person that we needed to find as well.
Yes, I made you that list. Hopefully you still have it.
Yes, we need to find Gertruda.
Yes, Gertruda is the daughter of Mary, and she is... Mary is still actually over... sometimes she sits at that table in the corner, so she doesn't disturb the customers too much, so she is there today.
What about her disturbs customers?
Crying, maybe?
She cannot keep it together. She cries all the time now. She's, that's why they call her Mad Mary.
So she comes to a tavern to cry. Well,
Sad
that
Mary.
sounds like it's the perfect place for it.
Well, she owns the tavern, but now her bartenders, her waitresses are running it. She hasn't done anything in a month. I think she is giving the place up, to be honest. I don't know. She's a shell of a human now. Shell of what she was. With her daughter gone, all of her hope is also gone, so... And her daughter was very nice. I liked Gertrude. She was a good friend of Ireena, yes? Oh, Gertrude was wonderful, but she was always held inside. She was not allowed to go outside with me. So I became her friend. We talked from the window some nights. We played a lot when we were younger. But now she's not allowed outside, so...
I mean,
I don't know where she's gone.
we need to fix this before...
Yeah.
Well, it's one of the things
Ireena?
that is on my list. I would like to keep my eyes open, and if my eyes are open, I figure I should tell you about it as well. I don't
Ireena,
expect...
what do you want? Do you want us to stay here and fix all these problems, or do you want to get to safety?
I am willing to do whatever my brother thinks is right. I do not want to leave the town forever.
Oh my...
I would like to come
Lanather,
back.
Ireena, think for yourself. It's not about your brother, it's about your safety. What do you want?
Well, I don't think it's safe for me here for very much longer. I don't want to stay. No.
Well, which means we should depart immediately, right?
She looks at her brother. He's like, if you are intent on leaving immediately, I will join you, and we will leave the town to its own for a week or two while we make the journey, and I can come back after she is safe for a while.
I mean, I just don't understand the priorities here. You are literally under siege every night by forces you don't understand or can't comprehend, and you want to dally in this town?
The whole town is relying on my brother now, though.
Oh, all right. So
how can he just?
They have these illusion things where they get up, and where I'm from, where they put it up on a big piece of tarp, and you see through illusions and magic, recorded events, and these we call them filmios. There's always a person that goes into the room and then gets killed. And I feel like you're one of those people. You're like, no, let's stay here where the house is haunted and going to kill us, because my car needs a new tire. I mean, my wagon needs a new tire. I just don't understand it.
Undead monsters are chasing you, so you go to a graveyard.
That's a good point.
I did warn it was filled with undead writhing in their graves.
The way I see this is you asked us to stay long enough to bury your father, and then you asked us to take your sister to safety. Isn't this what we're supposed to do? This is what we agreed to do.
That's actually what you paid us to do.
Correct.
Or, well, are going to pay us to do.
For the other half, anyways.
Yes, this is my priority. This is true. I will pay you 200 gold plus today's troubles is 250 gold for your work in getting my sister to safety. Each.
You do know that was my brother, right? I suffered through substantial heartache having to fight my brother in your name.
Mental trauma fees.
Yes, there should be some sort of bonus, perhaps.
Are you telling me that you put my sister in danger?
No, I'm saying that
Why would your brother come after my sister?
because he clearly is in service to someone evil, and I have been hunting him, but you contracted us, so I have to stay with you instead of going after him. And for the extra heartache and pain of letting him get away or even having to attack him in the first place, I just feel a small bonus might be a good thing. And
well, I was trying to offer you more money, but you seem to don't want to do any extra
yes,
work.
you offered us an extra 50 gold for the battle.
For
we
your
just
troubles
fought.
already in settling my father, I did not expect to experience this kind of resistance.
I think what Cole is trying to say is the rest of us should get his share.
What I am saying is I'm offering you more work in town if you want more money. And if not, we can leave right away. I will take my chances with the town, abandon my responsibilities while I take care of my sister, because she is my priority.
I need to pray about this.
But I figured because you are here, because you have this, I have this wonderful opportunity to work with these mighty people, I might be able to do a little more before leaving. I understand if you want to leave right away. This is an unsettling place.
Ismark, Ireena, I apologize, but may we have a moment to discuss among ourselves?
Please, I need to get something stronger. I am going back to my house for now. You can meet me there. I will be... Ireena, do you promise to stay with them? Yeah, sure. If that is... Yes, would you guys mind if I stay in the bar and then you come get me later? I would like to talk to Mary.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yes, I will stay. Okay, so Ismark takes off. Quite a little bit of a huff, kind of. He's, you can tell he's a little frustrated. And Ireena goes and talks with Mary in the far corner.
All right.
The DM resolves the plot by himself.
The hook failed.
All right. I believe we have two options here. We have continue on to Vallaki, which we know we want to do, or stay and earn money and resolve maybe a few of the issues, but earn some more money along the way.
I mean, you've seen the prices around here. I just don't think coin's worth much outside of food.
Do we know that that's everywhere, or is that just this village?
I only know this village.
Right.
Speaking of the food, I know that I partook of it. I mean, it was laying out in front of us, so I had some. However, it does bother me that he has all of this food there, and yet we've seen people starving in the town.
And on our watch, we saw children literally shank a man to death so they could survive.
You saw a man get shanked to death?
By children.
And you didn't help.
By the time we got there, he was already gone.
Huh.
We went outside to help, but he was already gone. Dead. Deceased. Hopefully not one of the zombies we fought.
In my screen here, Crim's just hair.
He's just ducking in.
You guys saw something?
I mean, I want to get to Vallaki as soon as possible, but I'm also looking at my coin purse, and if things are as expensive as they were in that shop, if we're here in this place, this God's forsaken place for very much longer, I don't know how we will provide for ourselves, get equipment, buy rations. So I see the benefit of both choices, and I'd like to know what everybody else is thinking.
Well, I mean, that girl is at risk every night she's here.
That is true.
And this woman, although it is tragic what happened, is not being actively pursued by assassins. So I feel like we take care of this young woman who is being hunted, and then once we tie that up, we can turn to more or less pressing matters.
I agree, I think.
You either agree or you don't.
I mean, that's not true. There are shades of gray to everything.
Yes, 50 of them, I hear.
Apparently. I think getting her out of danger. So this woman seems to be a magnet for danger. One of my concerns taking her out, it can be a good thing for the town because some of the dangerous things might leave the town. But then are we bringing trouble with us to Vallaki?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But they're better equipped to handle it.
That's true. From what I've heard. Apparently it's a walled city.
So here's how I see it. This town only has one shop, and the shopkeeper knows it, so he charges ridiculous prices. Vallaki is much bigger than this place, so we've been told, so they must have more than one shop, so there mustn't be like one person upcharging everything in Vallaki. Plus, he paid us to take his sister to safety, and he's just adding on to it more and more. At this point, he's paying us to do, he's trying to make us do other things than what we agreed upon. And I do have to agree, from the feast last night, he seems to not be helping the town the way he should be. He's hoarding so much food when this town is starving.
Well,
he is taking us for a ride.
Well, and something...
In a bad way.
And something strange that I picked up. So I don't know if it's because I had this strange dream last night.
Oh, you too?
Yeah.
It as well.
I think everyone did.
But I seem to be able to...
Remember?
If I try... sense things that people are thinking, and I couldn't really do that before. There's definitely, you know how the father said he was bringing things to, he would bring something to Ismark later.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is, but I definitely got the sense that whatever it is has to do with you know who.
The Tyrant Lord.
Yes.
I have this ability to make people tell the truth, but we would have to keep them within a certain distance, a certain range for it to work. And they can choose not to answer. But when they answer, it would have to be truth. Should we perhaps use it on him?
No.
Well, I don't think he's really being deceptive. He's just being exploitative and opportunistic, and misprioritizing the safety of his sister.
So it's agreed. We should negotiate for better prices.
All right. What is going to be the name of our union?
The one question that stumps all.
The chocolate chip cookie party is taken.
The
What is
free
that?
workers of Faerun?
The free workers of Feywild. I don't know about you, but I do
like
not work for free ever.
It's an ironic
It's maybe
name.
my tenant to help people, but I still like getting paid.
The frugal workers of Faerun. How about the fearsome? I don't know. What names do we have? What are you guys thinking?
The Knights of Barovia?
But we're not from Barovia.
The Knights of Faerun?
All right. I mean,
I'm not really a knight. I'm pretty sure you're the only knight here.
how about the mist keepers? Does that sound ring to it? Or mist splitters?
Guardians of the
Goblins.
Mist.
Guardians of the Mist.
Ass kickers.
Mist kickers.
A name that I can actually say would be nice.
Let's table that discussion for another time.
Moving on.
Moving on. Is Greg trying
Greg,
to
you're
talk?
muted.
We can't hear you, Greg.
There you go.
So
That
that's
makes
our
sense.
poll for that night.
I was gonna say, and the next day.
And the next day after we talk about all the different names.
Oh, is it daylight already?
Ismark comes back and oh, I had a great sleep. I don't know about you guys.
But
No,
well,
it's still that day.
all right. So it's still the morning, right?
Yeah, it's probably you got another hour or two before high noon.
And did I get a sense of when the father would bring those items to Ismark? When he said he
no.
would bring them by later? No?
No.
Okay. Well, I think Chris is right. I think the priority is get Ireena out of the town and head towards Vallaki. We can always come back and help the town, but Mara kind of looks around. I don't know about you guys, but part of me feels like this town is beyond help.
If children are out shanking people on the streets, I think it might be best to table this until we can better help them.
I agree.
Right.
I would perhaps bring up a possibility that we stop by to see the priest, and maybe he can tell us what those items are.
Isn't he a bit away from Vallaki?
He meant today before we left.
Ah, that priest. Okay.
I
Donovich.
highly doubt that we'll be able to leave this village until tomorrow.
What makes you think that?
I think we need to get Ireena to see our point of view so she can convince her brother. And I think that will take some time.
We could just put sacks over their heads and drag them out of town. Merely a suggestion.
And grab 4 more people as a decoy.
I don't really want to be charged of kidnapping. No.
By the way, Krim,
Sorry, just if you grab the lawmakers.
All right. Well,
when you were brought back to life, I have to confess, you smelled really tasty.
Oh no.
You smelled like turkey.
We have this saying
Sea turkey.
in our mountain. Goes like this. I don't swing that way.
Access
Didn't mean that way.
denied.
all right. So
The midnight soundboard got me.
That wasn't a midnight sound. That was one of my memes I pulled up out of the abyss.
all right. So we're in consensus. Head towards Vallaki.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah, sounds a good course.
He's got,
All right.
Plus that list he has, it was going to keep us here for days with how many missing people there are.
that's true. Count fish stick in.
All right, well, let's get Ireena, get her back to the manor so she can get what she needs, and let's go. I don't
Well-
see the point in dawdling once a decision has been made.
Well, and if Ismark doesn't agree, we'll tell him what's what, and if he doesn't agree, and if he doesn't like it, he can deal with it.
Yep.
We're out of here.
Okay. So as you guys leave a few copper on the table, or not? What are you doing?
Yeah, Mira will leave a few coppers.
All right. The
I-
Vistani
I'm-
woman
I'm
comes
a-
and collects your empty glasses. Oops, I brought a chair. Brought the chairs over.
Can't believe Ismark ordered us around and didn't pay for it. What a douche.
Right? He just ate and ran.
Yeah, you guys had to pay for his. He was in a bit of a huff. Okay, so as
We'll
you
be
guys are
huffy later.
approaching the doors here, you hear the
Oh,
sounds of a
no.
carriage outside.
Who's
And
this?
as you're coming in, you can tell that you can see the shadows of something moving under the door outside, and you kind of stop for a second to take a look at each other, and then all of a sudden the door bursts open, and in walks a recognizable face
Recognizable, you say?
and a couple
Does it
of his
look like a puppy?
companions.
Vistani!
Aragorn shows up with a couple of his brothers in tow. And that is probably a good place to stop.
Cliffhanger!
Okay.
They're laughing, they're jovial, they see you and stop and go, "Oh, haha!" And that's where we'll end it.
Awesome.
With the
Okay.
happy Vistani.
As we close, I would encourage everybody to stick around and we'll raid somebody, but
Yes, I don't know how to raid
ready
from
to do it.
here. You're
I can
good?
take care of it. Yeah.
Okay, well then, Pete, raid away, sir.
All righty.
Thank you so much, and we'll see you guys next week. Also, big one-shot prison break mind flayer situation coming in about a week as well. So, test runs happening tomorrow, and we're making sure that there's no curses on that stream. So, all right.
No exploding sound cards.
Thanks everybody who's followed us already, and hopefully there's many more of you that want to jump into our Discord conversations and join us there too. So you're welcome to do so. Have a great week, everyone. Take it
Bye,
away,
everyone.
Pete. What do I do now,
Alrighty.
Pete? Do I close it like normal?
We are raiding right now.
It switches to
And we're
another
there.
person's stream.
And